guys think that if you're unhappy, that's a good reason to leave a marriage?
I don't think you're gonna be happy all the time. So it depends. How long have I been unhappy?
Right.
Because my kids are seeing that.
Right.
I think that matters too. Like
most things I think
there's a lot of people.
It don't have anything to do with age, getting married too late. People don't have the intestinal fortitude for marriage. You get up there and say these vows. It's duty and responsibility, time and pain. It's the kids. It's the rearing. It's lineage and legacy. That's a joke in itself.
But is that not part of the kids?
So
your kids are a direct reflection of you. So if my kids are seeing me unhappy, now what?
What are you talking about?
Because you said happiness in the marriage, because you just said that kids are part of it, right?
Let me explain it to you. You're conflating your happiness with how the kids are treated, right? I'm not even talking about the kids. I'm talking about you being happy, right? I just said that about sex, so don't act like you can't do it about everything else. So now that we have a baseline with that, you can fake it till you make it in front of them kids all the time. Now, kids have discernment. I understand that, but happiness doesn't mean everything has to be egregious in the household. However, we know ebb and flow. Is that a thing, or are we dismissing postpartum?
Postpartum depression.
Do we have menopause?
Right.
And so you guys go through these ebb and flow periods where your happiness is intrinsically not working.
But that's why I agree.
But I'm just saying, but you put it on the kids. Like, no, answer my question directly based on happiness itself.
I did, but I said it depends on how long I've been unhappy. Raising my kids in a house where there's no happiness is not
selfish.
That's not life goals.
No,
just for the sake to say I have a husband. Are you serious?
No, you made a commitment under the Most High God, right? Unless you don't believe.
Who cares about the commitment if I'm unhappy and I'm dying inside?
No, don't interrupt them, Melly. Sorry, Nikki, what you say?
I'm not staying unhappy for 10 months. You talking about 10 years?
Well, I've stayed unhappy for a very, very long time. But who is going to continuously stay in an unhealthy marriage where you're burning inside, you're dying inside, you done forgot who you are, you done forgot your self-worth, and you're just super unhappy, like depressed to that point, just to say I have a husband and I have a family?
But I think that we know how hoes are created. Callie said it earlier. Something about they ain't had their daddy, their daddy didn't love them. That's one. Secondly, most of these hoes been hurt by a man. Just like these niggas that been hurt by women, they become hoes. It's the same thing.
Savage.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Even with what Callie is saying, the lack of love, lack, hopelessness, a deficit, desperation. That's all the same umbrella. I'm desperate for the love of a real man because a man never loved me. So I'm out there searching for the love of a man. But because I don't know how to properly find love from a man because I never experienced it. So now from these worst experiences that I've had and the damage that I've had from men, I'm telling you now, I'm only going to use them for what I like them for, because there's no possibility that they could ever even try to love me correctly. And I'm so lost on love, so in the deficit, I'll be desperate. And a lot of women have seen this. The girl come up here, hands. Remember the girl that came up here who was cosplaying a man? She was a whole butch, calling the women male-centered up here. You're trying to become them niggas. Talk about worship when you think you're fucking up a storm because you're a man and you're acting like a man. That's male worship down to the ground.
So the women who are promiscuous, are we saying they're all desperate?
Majority. I'm not saying that, but I know.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel like in my point in my life, I feel like I was being groomed to cater to him.
So at 18, when did you guys break up or stop dealing with each other?
When I was 21, turning 22.
So you were for about 3 to 4 years. How did you upgrade him?
Oh shit. I think that I gave him a different perspective.
Well, you also feel like after you dated him, I upgraded you, and then all these women want you after what I did for you.
I did.
Hey, bro, he was 18, bro. Like, you grilling him, bro. What the fuck?
Because it's hard to imagine an 18-year-old girl upgrading a 28-year-old man, but then like you left. I'm curious, what could you have possibly really done to a man that age? Like, you don't have no money, you 18, you don't have much knowledge, you 18.
But what we're witnessing is cognitive dissonance. So there's no way you admonish the man by saying that you upgraded him and then in another breath say he groomed you. Mm-hmm. Those two things are diametrically opposed, right? And then you said age don't matter. People could be wise beyond their years. However, when Tamia gave you the bail money about you being 18, you're like, yeah, I was just 18. Nah, because remember you just said that you had the wisdom and understanding of somebody older than that, which is what you would be able to bestow on him. Right? Ooh. So these things are conflicting when we saying them. Did you actually upgrade him, or was you mad and talking shit to him because he cheated on? Are most of us cowards? Are most of us willing to kill and die for our wife and children? Are we willing to defend ourselves? Do we know what it looks like when shit is hitting the fan? Do we know when danger is actually upon us? How many dangerous situations have we been in to tell? Do we know who we are in these ways? I'm gonna just tell y'all this. If you are in a real life situation and a person approaches you after an aggressive conversation, get yourself in a position in which you can defend yourself properly. So don't stay in a position that doesn't give you any advantage but put you at a disadvantage. Don't ever do that. see people picking and choosing, you know? So if I'm going to approach you in an aggressive manner, then I should stay that way. Or else you look bad. That shit look corny. That shit don't look good for men. Because it's like, damn, is there a low-level threat of violence between men for real? But that's the word. We pump faking, we half stepping. That shit take away from our strength, our bravado, when we don't know how this shit's supposed to go. So this is a thing that I just been trying to process, man. Don't sleep on nobody and be ready. Be ready as you can. The man says he got cheated on, and you tell him he's the reason why he got cheated on because she didn't feel like she was getting enough emotional support from him, and you justify him getting cheated on.
And like I said, that's unfortunate. But the person that he
got cheated on, you would have been like, "Girl, that nigga ain't shit."
No, first of all, you don't know me, so you don't know what I would have said. I would have asked, well, what happened? What did you do? What did he do? I would try to get the full story. But to just go on this I hate women train, I'm not about to do that. Like I said, give us the full details. But to just act like everything was just shine the rainbow, sorry, Uno, but it's more to it.
Right.
So I just want you to realize real quick, she was emotionally deprived, and you think
then she entered a relationship with him.
But no, you can't add a speculation on what we do know based on what he shared, and somehow you're saying he emotionally deprived her. You think that correlates?
Because before she probably sexually had that experience with that man, she probably emotionally attached herself to him.
Why would you think that?
Because as y'all like to just say that women just go and just be loose and just have sex.
You do. Remember we had the conversation.
But the majority of women, they are going to emotionally, the majority of women going to emotionally attach themselves to a man.
How?
And then have the intercourse.
How do you know that?
Because I know. The same way y'all know. The same way that y'all know everything that y'all done talked about.
No, what I'm saying is, how do you know that, and how can you justify that based on women's behavior?
Because it's statistics. Somebody do the research.
If she has a dream about me cheating, am I at fault now?
You did that shit.
You did that shit, nigga. You did that shit in your past life, man.
Damn, boy. So he got hit with a honey bun and it's his fault. Okay.
That's like a boomerang.
I mean, I don't know his situation. How much would you say yes or no?
Well, she let another man put his penis in her vagina. He didn't ask her to do it. She just went and did it because or whatever.
So, I mean, I don't know how necessarily it's his fault unless he, maybe he's seen the signs and just chose to ignore them. But other than that, like, I'm pretty sure you left after you found out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he did the right thing.
Stepping away from it. So, is that an assurance for a partner? Is that an option as well? Like,
fellas,
like open book?
Yeah, I got you. Real quick. Hey, fellas, if you dealing with a woman and she call you a partner, get up out of there. Okay. Yeah, let me see. Let me log in that joint whenever I feel like it. Yeah, I think that will work for sure. Yo, that accountability helps people too. If you know somebody else is looking at this shit, like how you reply, what you reply to, the bullshit, right? So like, for instance, this might be risky. Callie and I can see it, and my wife can see it. Now, I don't even really look at it that much because I know that they be looking at it. But also, bullshit get flushed. You know what I'm saying? It like take a weight off you, Right? Because temptation killed the cat. Pun intended.
I don't even have a lock on my phone. You can pick up my phone at any moment and go in there and look and see text messages and all that shit.
Don't get a password. We say delete it. It's gonna be deleted.
You mentioned that one of the problems was that you have so much access on social media. Like some people can message you, DM, your DMs popping. Him looking at it, is that going to satisfy him that it's confirmed now, or is he just trying to confirm whether or not you're responding back and cheating?
The con to that is that he gonna read all that shit the wrong way for sure.
Every time.
As he should. It ain't never all good.
I was just going to say something to the effect of, in terms of social media, although primarily I do it for content creation, if my man had an issue with it, I was at it, no questions asked, because I've actually been there, done that.
It calls for strokes. Like somebody will punch you in your shit for talking too much and talking crazy.
It say that in the Bible? No, it doesn't say that in the Bible. That also equates to...
I knew it. A fool lips enter into contention and his mouth calleth for strokes. Proverbs 18:6.
Okay.
Because I read this shit. I'm just saying
I did too, 5,000 times.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is, well, you didn't know that was in there, right?
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out.
So...
Yeah. Broadcast. subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat. And to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Perfect. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again.
Yo, check.
On your way. First off, salute the chat. To all new cousins, welcome back.
Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the
latest
channel.
Topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dance a jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know.
It's a stampede! DJ HAMP, the stampede. DJ HAMP, the stampede.
Rel, what's poppin'?
Good morning. How you feeling?
I'm doing the right thing. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna go to the regular gym for the first time in a long time today. We got this family class of Lifetime Fitness. My wife talked me into it. They talking about that they got a bunch of shit that I don't use. Classes. Lifetime? Yeah, it's like one of those boutique, like one of those ones that got all this shit. She like, yeah, she like, they got a pool like I'ma swim. They got classes like I'ma go to them. They got a sauna like I'ma use it.
You don't like to swim?
No.
When you on a swim team when you growing up?
Yes. Big Aaron hate football.
I gotta do with anything. You don't like the sauna?
No. I like the stair climber, so I'm gonna get on the stair climber for 40 minutes today. Hopefully they got a heavy bag in there.
In a minute?
Huh?
Is your first time getting on?
Yeah, but I'll be doing box jumps and step ups, you know what I'm saying? But yo, you be thinking you be prepared for something, you be like, damn, I forgot about this. Mm-hmm. One thing about the box jump, I stop for a second. You know what I'm saying? But with the stair climber, that motherfucker keep going. You better hit the emergency button. What's up with you though? I like your bang.
Thank you. I knew you were gonna call it a bang. I feel good. I went to sleep last night.
Word? I know. I tried to text you.
I just woke up at 9:00.
You be morning. Like comatose sleep.
Yeah, because I don't really go to sleep. It just happens. Right? I wake up. I pass out. Like I be woke for 36 hours, and then I wake up and I be like, whoa, I went to sleep.
Oh shit, I'm alive still.
I went outside. Yeah, I did that.
What'd you say?
I went outside this weekend. I was in the hood. So good. I saw everybody. Everybody was outside. Sunday.
What's up, man? Salute to being outside, man. Yo, we got 100 people in the building. We should have 100 likes, but we only have 44. Let's please hit the like button. That helps the channel the most. Help us get to our super chat goal. We're going to get it popping, man. Should be a dope show today. D, what up, kid? Good to see you. Oh, that's me in the chat. AC was popping. Aaliyah, top of the morning. Impressing a building, putting in work. OG Vet Life, what up? Rebecca was popping. Alibaba, Aru was goody. Hope all is well. Nightbot behaving. That's always a blessing. Angel in the building. Salute. Riri, what up? I don't think I seen you yesterday. Hope all is well, man. Melly Mel was popping. Strata in the building. SPS in the building, man. Please go like, share, and subscribe to the family. They grinding. Make sure y'all go tune in. Audie was shaking my G. Dr. G in the building. Dr. G will be in the building on Wednesday as we continue that conversation. Dallas, what up, kid? JD was popping. See, he got JD here, but ain't his name JB in the Discord? He trying to throw niggas off. Dudes, what up, kid? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Y'all hit the like button, man. Daily with the $2, setting it off right. He said, damn, HAMP song still stuck. Trying to do 225 for 10. Yo, that's a song that gets stuck in your head, bro. I'm trying to tell you. Saul was goody. Let me see. I think I got everybody. Miss Avante, what up? Leon was popping. Cali was goody. Hit the like button, man. Salute to everybody. Onika Sue was goody. CJ was popping. Like, share, subscribe, man. Dollar Washer, what up, kid? I ain't see you yesterday. I ain't see Souls on yesterday. Was shaking. Hope all is well. Mufasa was popping. Easy was goody. Hope all is well, man. Good to see you. Fo was shaking, man. Let's get it popping.
I like that shit, folks.
Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most.
All praise to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High, man. Let me just say this. We've been having some... UConn gonna win it all, first and foremost. We've been having some hell of a conversations, man. Some hell of a conversations. There's been some things being said. You have to really listen to try to understand before making an assertion or assumption or speculating or coming to a conclusion about what was said. You know? Because if you're a person that's triggered, I could see how it could happen and I could see it being justifiably so. Why are the things being said how they said? How do black people come to these conclusions, right? Upon first hearing it. But you have to be diligent in listening and remaining as objective as possible to hear it out thoroughly. There are some things that you said conceptually that people misunderstand and try to implement realistically and in reality. You said, hey, breed out the ugly by going to men of other races. That's hyperbolic. But the sentiment was, hey, if beauty is your currency and these men are calling you unpreferable, and if you continue to just have sex with the same men who look about like you, what is the future for your daughter? So if they're saying your only value is how you look, people seem to have an affinity for lighter skin, straighter hair, the Eurocentric look. So if they're going to pigeonhole you to that, then how do you correct it for the generations to come? What should be heard is, we are beautiful. Stop letting the Europeans think that you ain't. And that's really a message for the men, right? You keep putting what you call exotic on a pedestal where all she is Ethiopian with a big fucking forehead. But you call her exotic, right? And you look past the women that are beautiful right next to you because they don't have the long, stringy, dead hair on their head. I'm on, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, who's listening to that extent? Right? Who's breaking it down and discerning it to that level? Or people saying, get the fuck out of here. That's eugenics. Get the fuck out of here, Mr. Fantastic. You said them niggas deserve it. Right? And where does the listening for most people lie, really? Like me?
It lies. No.
Or like what? Go ahead.
It lies that, oh, this makes me feel uncomfortable. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to understand, right? Because that part of your processing, your brain is in the dark. So, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, truth is like when somebody come in a dark room, you've been asleep all day, and then somebody just turn the light on. Mm-hmm. You like, get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I come up in here opening no blinds. And that's just how it be. So every time a conversation makes us feel uncomfortable, we don't want to have it.
Mm-hmm.
We get triggered, we get outraged.
Do we not want to have it, or do we want to have it the way we want to have it?
We don't want it to happen at all, right? You notice that sometimes we have conversations in Discord and people say, nobody want to hear that shit. This shit dumb, da da. No, you don't want to have a conversation. Get the fuck on.
Yeah, 100%. That actually scuffs my Timbs. Right? I'm actually gonna do it maybe on Thursday. The topic is, we don't care. Nigga, if you think you too big for the conversation, leave. I care. Right? It's 960 people that are in the Discord. We don't care. I be so tired of people acting like, oh, this conversation nothing. I'm too big for this get to leave. Beat it. Don't care. We still gonna have fun. You know?
Because you can leave. You can stay on mute if that's not, you know what I'm saying? If everybody's talking about football, you know that ain't your convo, but that don't mean it's time to end the football conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but people do that, right? They don't. I can see if you just feel like I'm not equipped to have this conversation. I understand that. Sometimes people are way more versed than you in something, so it's your time to listen. And we have great listeners. I would say we have great listeners more than we have the disruptive people who don't want the conversation.
Yeah.
So most people are just listening, not typing, trying to find understanding. And that's why we have to push through.
Word. That's a fact. So now, bro, I was looking, right? Because Wednesday, I got a feeling, and I'm saying feel, that when we hit Black Lives Matter being the worst thing that happened to the community in the last 10 years, we're going to stay there for a long time. But there was one sentiment that you shared, though, was the identity politics aspect of what's happening to black people now, right? So when I was discerning that thought, I'm thinking Tether, Pan-African, ADOS, FBA, who a real nigga, who's on our side, who is in opposition, right? Who is a traitor, right? Who trying to identify with whiteness to be accepted. And I'm thinking like, damn, right? 2053 on the horizon. We so disjointed. Black men just lost 500,000 jobs, right? Permanent underclass on the horizon. And I want to fight with the Jamaican niggas. I want to fight with the West African niggas. You know? So when I was listening to your sentiment at the end of the show, I'm looking at identity politics, right? You ain't black, nigga, I'm black. So where are we? What does this do? How does this make the community look? What type of pitfall or pit hole is this?
Yeah. I'm starting to think that it's an illusion or a delusion of what we think the community is, right?
Okay.
Because the community is not a whole. We are more trapped in our identity and our whatever group we identify is bigger than our blackness.
Yes.
Right? So that's what, and you get a negative connotation when it comes to that, right? So if you're a black woman, there's a new saying, I'm a pro-black women.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I'm pro-black children, I'm pro-black family.
Yeah.
So they even chopped that down, right? But if you're black from another country, your nationality is bigger than your blackness. I'm not Dominican, I'm not black, I'm Dominican, right? I'm this, I'm that. So then you have gay people, right? They're gay first.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Then you have people in their political parties. And once you identify as on the left or on the right, you don't give a damn about the community. You give about your best interests. Right? And it's so easy to split because we have this saying right here, all skin folks ain't kin folks, right?
Yeah.
What do that mean?
What does it mean?
What do that even mean, right? Because we say all skin folks ain't kin folks when it comes to Republicans, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we ain't never said that about drug dealers. We ain't never said that about. We say a lot of shit about the YNs, right? The little young niggas running around stealing cars. We say a lot of shit about them, but we don't never say all skin folks ain't kin folk. So black people who push a conservative ideology on black people are not skin folk. They not kin folk. But motherfuckers who destroy the community, we ain't never put that connotation on them.
Let me add this. Pro-choice. Pro-abortion. Why we ain't say it to them?
Go a little further.
Mm-hmm.
Having kids in poverty. Having kids out of wedlock.
Why we ain't say it to them?
Every bus stop that you could go to, and they got people out there telling they 2-year-olds, bitch, get on the bus. Bitch, shut up. Y'all know a bunch of women that curse they toddlers out. Why they kin us? Why all forms of debauchery we ain't never said they ain't kin.
We justify, right? We make a case for it. And it's the thing, right, Rel? When you start talking like this, what they gonna call you?
A coon, of course. You gotta be it all though, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand? If you're gonna have real conversations, that's why people you can't really pay attention to it. You're gonna be it all, right? People tell you they want you to be balanced, right? They say they don't want an echo chamber, right?
Yes.
And then they say, oh, she all over the place.
Yeah.
Or I can listen, I can understand it, I can make assessments objectively every time.
Yeah. Because we having a
and I'm
topical
not gonna
discussion.
just lean one way just for the sake of it.
Yeah, because we having a topical discussion. Right? So, what should be identified as coon behavior? And then I also got a question is tribalism a negative? Hold on, I gotta get this call.
I don't think tribalism is a negative. I think tribalism is who we are to the core of us. People will have tribes without even doing it. Like without it needing to be set. That's a natural order it seems like we continuously go to. And we do that here. We have all of these different people, and it's like we group up every time we have a microcosm. It's a community, then it's groups, then it goes down to a village. It's a bigger concept that we belong to, but people are going to find who they align with the most, and they're going to practice tribalism. You can't stop that in any construct. So I don't think there's a problem with tribalism at all. The coon thing, I don't necessarily know if we can call, the only person that can be called a coon is like, I guess, the Uncle Ruckus type. So who? Jesse Lee Pearson or something like that. People that, for the enjoyment of white people, for the financial gain, they disparage black people in a very disingenuous way. That's who I feel like is a coon.
Okay. Yeah, just for the sake of, right? It's almost like there's no investment there. It's a matter of just saying the things that get the people going, right? Essentially, you know. But yeah, what should be called out? How do identity politics work? Do you think that we need to do the thing that they say we need to do, which is separate ourselves from the lowest of us, right? Because we have a conversation through and through that there's not that many degrees of separation for black people, right? So like the lowest of white people is so many of them, you can discard them or use them for cannon fodder, right? But they ain't related to them. But if you come to a black cookout, the lowest and the greatest, that's to stay in the same family. You see, do we have a duty and responsibility to black people as a whole to start to distance, push away, or is that the issue, right? To where you make it, I make it, and we don't go back and try to fix or correct or help assist in the correction of the neighborhoods we come from. What is our responsibility there? Should we separate ourselves, call those people out, and ostracize them? And do we have that luxury like other people do in bigger groups?
I think we do need separation, right? Because you can't build with the destroyers, right? You're going to have to get a stronger foundation. These middle-class white men that y'all see used to be cavemen at one point in time. Over time, they had to manipulate their environments to be able to do it, because we understand that you're just going to be a product of your environment. So we're talking about that. I don't think that we should admonish people, right? We should have solutions and gateways out of it, but we should understand that everybody can't leave the hood. Where they gonna go?
So
we just gonna all round up the hood and
no.
Like, come on, y'all, let's move.
No. It's not the hood. It's the people with the poor behavior. You see, most people just existing, right? They just living, trying to make it. Contrary to popular belief, most black people ain't spending money on luxuries and shit they don't need. Most people are spending money on commodities, food, water, shelter, right? That this frivolous spending thing, right? You can't actually prove that.
Oh no, I'm not talking about frivolously spending.
No. I'm saying I'm just walking. I'm saying that they always like black people do. Nah, they don't got no fucking money. They spending their money, most black people, on the things they need, right? You get a wig because you can cover up the bullshit under it. You see what I'm saying? I'm saying that this frivolous spending thing, most people that's at the bottom, meaning monetarily speaking, nah, they just trying to make it. I'm saying that most people don't need to be discarded, right? Not the poor. We talking about the debaucherous. That's who need to be discarded.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we could discard the debaucherous. Now, this is what I'm saying for as separation. If you're going to the next level, you go to the next level, but black people are going to have to build a couple of generations before they try to think that they can pull the hood up, right? So this is the bigger picture, Hamp. America has a caste system, whether we want to call it that or not. And people don't escape the caste system. It's a very small chance. The caste system you are born in is the caste system you will die in.
Yes, and that's
Why
true.
do we think it's so simple for people in the hood to make it out? Hamp, if you are born in America as a multimillionaire, the majority of multimillionaires will never become billionaires. But they're the closest to it. So why aren't they beating their caste system?
Yeah.
Middle class Americans aren't becoming millionaires.
Mm-hmm.
You're staying middle class, living there, dying there. So if you know that whatever class system you was born in, you're most likely going to die in, why do we look at poor people and think that somehow they're going to become fucking millionaires? When it ain't even designed for them to become middle class.
Yeah. No, 100%.
And it's more designed for you to go lower. And then people think that people from poverty is so easy to go to middle class. No, it's not. People go to upper poverty.
Mm.
We don't talk about that enough.
Yeah.
They go from I was born in poverty in the projects to moving in a nice apartment like a couple of miles away from that project they was born into, and they still living paycheck to paycheck, and they don't have no generational wealth to pass down to their kids. They are not fucking middle class. They are upper poverty.
Yeah. We don't have a proper launching platform, right? So I remember I graduated college with this one dude, this white dude, Jewish dude, right? And so we was working at the same place. And when we graduated, we went to high school, we just graduated at the same time, right? We didn't go to the same school. So I went back home, you're trying to find a job. I had a graduation party. It was cool, right? His grandma gave him $50,000, right? So even his launching, right, his need and necessity to find a job and this, that, and the third is less consequential because your grandma had $50,000 to give you as a graduation gift, right? And my family's hardworking, so I'm not making that. I'm just saying, right, the launch point is much different, right? Just as an anecdotal example.
The launch part is very different. I seen a white girl break it down to what actually happened to our grandpas, right? Our grandpas, and she was saying, yeah, really at a time, the reason why my family is wealthy is because my grandpa, because at a time where they was redlining black men or telling black men that the neighborhoods were still segregated, or they wasn't allowing them to go to school and get educations. Well, my grandpa was a white man. So he was able to buy a house in this part of town. He was able to go get an education. And when he died, this house amassed us a lot of wealth. But I'm telling you, at the time that my grandfather did this, no black man was allowed to do it. Well, so you think the illusion of thinking that you can catch up to people it's not going to happen like that. I don't think that we need to be focused on that.
Okay, so now, right? Because remember, our premise is identity politics, right? So that's what we identify with. That's the origin story, right? Mm-hmm. So now, how does this look? When I gotta ask you, you got the Nigerians coming over here, look like they doing good. You got the sand niggas coming over here, look like they doing good. You got the East Indian coming over here, look like he doing good with his musty ass. Right? And we live here. We from here with all this opportunity that we were born into, right? Are we identifying with things that are negative and keep us and hold us back and full of excuses? Or is there more to this?
There's more to this, right?
Talk your shit.
Just breaking this down.
Okay.
Black people in America are conquered on their land. If you look inside the Native Americans, they're conquered, and they go through a lot of similar things that Black Americans go through. But because they're a smaller population, people don't bring things to them like that. Even the babies out of wedlock, they're dealing with the same. Right? And the only thing we have proof, tangible proof, about the difference between Native Americans and Black Americans is the paper genocide. And where they decided to throw everybody in as colored and then create these $5 Indians, right? But for the average Indian, they're having issues similar to our issues, right? Mm-hmm. With these other groups of people, when they leave, they run to countries where the men who run the countries look like them. I'm telling you, the God you worship matters.
Yes.
To your psyche. To your psyche, to your being. And if God color don't matter, why they made him white? And then why did they kill millions of people who didn't want to accept the white image of God? They wouldn't have did it if it didn't matter. Because y'all niggas would just say God ain't got no color. Then why they made him white? If he ain't had no color.
Yo, and I don't want to bring it in, but I have to. And it's a whole show in itself, right? And you said this, and I slightly forgot about it. Identity politics, right? What happens, you said this, when people are dating interracially?
They either make God white or they become atheists. Because they know that their white partner ain't getting on their knees praying to no black God. I'm telling you now that the Asians here, because they're poor Asians who can't escape their caste system in countries, and that goes for all of them. Nigerians have poor, Mexicans have poor, they all have poor. Don't let them fool you. What they have when they come to America is a fucking blueprint. They let them create a blueprint and then they come here, so they come here with an objective. But the Nigerian man go home, Nigerians worship Nigerian gods. A lot of them. Their God's not just disappearing. Parts of them are colonized, but they may have the biggest things, and Nigerian men run Nigeria. They don't go home and have a white power structure.
Yeah.
Asian men don't have they go back to China, they go back to Japan. They're in charge of China, even the Mexican. There ain't no white man running Mexico. Mm-hmm. Mexican men run Mexico. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That does something to their ideology. They're not conquered in that way. They look at America as a land of opportunity, not the fucking land that was stolen from them that they're conquered on. How we gonna look at it the same way that's them?
That is a Tal, what up, my G with the $10 says, hey, DJ Hamp and crew, pause for the cause. Let's help us meet the super chat goal. We appreciate you. Dukes with the $2 says support. Salute. My brother TMB in the building for the coffee fund.
I like that shit, fo.
Damn, man. It's like that. I'm kind of going into different topics because when we drop the link, there's so many things that we could talk about regarding this, right? And so we kind of touching on pause a bunch of different things on purpose, though. Right? On purpose, because there's so much that goes into this identity thing. Like, I think it may have been missed, so I want to make sure I reiterate, right, what you said, right? And that, if you disagree, we're about to drop the link, you heard? The land that they conquered on, right? How you see it is going to be different, right? Opportunity to them, tyrannical to us, right? Opposing to us, opportunity to them, right? But everything that you went through here, right? Why you aren't further along is historical, and people will say, yo, that's old news. There's an origin for everything, right? There's a reason why, like, you take boxing, right? There's an origin in countries. And the men from those countries box in the way in which the men boxed in those countries. Like you have a Soviet style to where it's a lot of in and out pause, right? You kind of flicking your jab. You sit down every once in a while. You got to be in great shape, right? The Mexican style, high guard, right? I'm walking you down and I'm going to beat you the fuck up if you ain't tougher than me, right? Americans, we a little flashy. So now you got the Philly shell, right? Where I got my fucking hand down, I'm blocking with this, rolling here, right? I'm flicking my jab, up jab, so you can't see it, right? And I'm more athletic than you. The origin of this shit matters. So that is a crucial point. I'm interested to see how people argue that. Now, I want to go back to this a little bit, right? Yo, I got mad pauses, Ali. I ain't gonna lie. Yo, look at this, right? Because I don't want this point to be missed. Look who the fuck we identify with, right? Right? And I played this yesterday, but I did not have the sound on Mr. Fantastic sent to me this. I want to play it again, okay? Right? Because this goes back to another point, and we argue this up and down, right? Who the fuck do we ostracize? We should not identify with them, right? Or should we? Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. So I played this yesterday, but I did not have the sound on. Hey, Relly, you can hear it. Everybody confirm in the chat if you can hear it. Okay? Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button.
Black mothers should be labeled domestic terrorists.
You can hear it, right? Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear that. I want to make sure I play it. But yesterday, I didn't have the audio capture on, so I don't know if everybody heard it. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard what she just said. Put a 1 in the chat if you heard what she just said. We got 300 people in the building. We only have 137 likes. Please hit the like button. That helps the channel the most. All right, let's play it.
From the high chair to the electric chair is exactly how you raise a predator. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the phases of black dysfunction. Play the clip.
She said, come to my house. KK, what's up with you? What's up with you? I said, what's up with you? Mama, I'm gonna blow this hoe, I swear to God. I don't give a fuck who I hit. Blow! Sitting on the porch. Sitting on the porch. Sitting on the porch. Boom, 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 boom. Ah! Boom, 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 boom. Homecoming face ass.
Oh, bitch! Why you pushing out a little bit? Shut the fuck up!
Person's ass don't look like his
Why you got those ugly ass shirts like that?
I'm frying his ass. His deep fried Oreo head ass.
I bet when I go one of them in a fry pan, they ass won't burn.
Well, fuck, it could go down at any time. Fuck, it could go down right now. Fuck.
You might got something I want. It's about me right now. Shit, and about the police, you ever hold about holding court? I will 5-time lose. I will hold court right then and now. If the police roll on me and I'm hot, it's me or him. I'm holding court right here. He kill me, I kill him.
Fucking right.
We'll hold court. We'll take it to trial. Yeah. This shit make my dick hard.
Fucking right.
I'd get a nigga in with this. Hit him nigga up and throw it away. Shit.
I shot every one of them people in their head. They not making it back. My cousin, who was supposed to die, that dude that hit the floor, oh yeah, he died. A lot of people were shot in the head, sir, and went back up right in front of my face. I shot every one of them people. Nah, shut up, man. Let me talk. I can't talk to the judge, bro. I'm talking what I can, what my heart need to tell whoever listening, bro. Okay, let me talk. Okay, I don't even need you, sir. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do not need you.
It's a process. You see the mothers, you see the guns, you see the clout, you see the cage. And this is mathematics certainty. While their mothers are defending their behavior, the jails are making more room. Because while ghetto dysfunctional mothers are planting seeds of chaos, the state is the one harvesting the crops. And while the media cries oppression, the bars scream the truth. The cycle of destruction stops here, in a 6x9 cage. Welcome to the dead end zone. The censors hate this, but the full investigation is live. I'm naming names and exposing the truth on this cultural suicide. Click the link in my bio for my YouTube to watch my Death of a Nation series, premiering the beginning of next week. Don't let them blindfold you from the dysfunction. Because believe me when I tell you, you haven't seen nothing yet. Black mothers should be labeled domestic terrorists.
Where does this fit in, bro?
That fits in. First of all, it gives a justification to what Fantastic was saying about they deserve to die, right? I'm not gonna lie to you. I know somebody personally. I went to his funeral. Well, I don't think he really had a funeral, but the police killed him. And he called the family before and told them that he was gonna kill them. Once they know that they'll get thrown in jail for the rest of their life, they rather bang it out and die with the police. They don't want to go back to jail.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they saying. That's what they mean when they saying, because everybody not hip, but that's what they mean when they saying we gonna hold court right here.
Yeah.
So if you have people that's willing to shoot it out with the police, you probably gonna have people that's gonna get killed by the police. But No, I definitely agree. I think the hyperbolicness, I understand the hyperbolicness to grab people in, right? So what's going to pull on the people's heartstrings, and people going to say black mothers are domestic terrorists, right?
My bad.
And what's going to give them an out is, well, if you look at the crime statistics, and we have the population of black people are 40 million, and it's not even 1 million who are in jail, then it can't be black mothers, because black mothers gave birth to all 40 million of black people, right?
Mm-hmm. Say it again.
For the most part. But black mothers gave birth to 40 million black people.
Okay.
Right? So it can't be black mothers are terrorists. Or domestic terrorists. Because that would mean all 40 million black people would act like that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm telling you what people are going to harp on.
Well, what they're going to harp on is the people that are doing the terroristic activity come from the black moms that they're that demographic of black moms that are willing to wield the gun and be like the mom on Boys in the Hood and etc.
Yeah.
So they're segmenting the demographic. The criminal demographic she's alluding to is coming from fatherless homes, right? That's what I deduce from what she's saying.
And I don't believe that it can be even fatherless homes.
Okay.
I don't know. We're about to talk about ghetto black mothers.
Yes.
Who are raising ghetto black kids in full on debauchery. Ghetto black women fuck ghetto black men.
Yes.
Their dads are just older versions of them.
Okay.
So when they grow up, right? When these I bet you all of them got baby moms. The niggas on the corner talking about they gonna shoot it out with the police. They got baby mamas. So what's if your daddy is the nigga on the corner, tatted up, talking about he gonna shoot it out with the cops because he ain't going back to jail because he a 5-time loser. Even if he in the home with you, is he making a difference in your life?
No. Yes, in a negative way.
Who do you really think the men who are willing to live with girls who live on Section 8? Stand up white collar bros? Or ghetto niggas?
So what's your premise?
I think it's a ghetto black mom issue, not a black mom issue. Yeah. So I think if we're going to target there, because when you just say black women, you just hit 22, you just hit like 15 million women who is not going to be willing to accept it.
Yeah.
Right? So what I'm saying, Hamp, is that we have to keep the hot spot on the hot spot.
Yeah.
It's just like this. A girl could come up here and say, we all hoes because we not virgins. Knowing it's a difference between a girl who has 6 bodies and who have 600 who sell her pussy on the corner.
Yeah, yeah.
But if we not all virgins, then somehow you think that we all equal. And you know that shit ain't true.
Yeah, I think that's why I always make the point about defiled, right? Because the whole thing is so, right, expansive, right? But to your point, we know, all right, now, she ain't her. You heard? Yeah. We see
because we don't need to get off these hoes. So let's make sure that we can hold them here. Right? Mm-hmm. Because we'll talk about black criminality and niggas gonna start talking about, well, y'all be stealing grapes from Walmart. That's what people will do. So you don't speed.
Only thing though, right, is here's what happens. If they say black men are violent and criminal, right? We understand that it's a nominal number, right? 10, 20,000, whatever the case is, right? However, when they see me, they see him.
Mm-hmm.
You see? So that even though we do need to pinpoint it in a conversation, right, the residual effects land on a larger populace than just the people who are doing the debauchery, because all they need to do is put it on TV and show a person that look like me. Now I'm him.
Right. And I'm telling you how it's leading to that, because we're defending it. If we're trying to defend the image of the people that we're supposed to admonish, I'm telling you that pro-black can lead to pro-black criminality. That you so black that you got to protect even your criminals, because what would they say? America's really the biggest gangsters. America just killed people. America has the military. America steals. America robs. The white people do this. They're going to take it off themselves and put it on another person so we don't have to address it.
Yeah.
Every single time, right? Even with, I got one that's going to ruffle their feathers. Are you ready?
I'm ready. last thing. Are people honest enough to know when it's them? Are people...
No.
Don't lose your thought now. But are people honest enough to know it's them? You heard? Right? So when we say, yo, this the mom we talking about. This the black man we talking about. Are people honest enough to say, yes, that's me, no, it's not? Because now I'm giving me cause for pause is niggas ain't gonna be honest. So now I say, you know what? Everybody get in trouble, right? That's what happened with the kids. Who did it? Not me, daddy. 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 Not me, daddy, right? That's how all the niggas be, even the oldest one. Okay? Everybody go to their room. Everybody go to the corner now. Right? Because if you can't be honest, now everybody got to get in trouble. That's my fear about trying to be compartment. You know what I mean? Find the demographic, because how many motherfuckers gonna be say it's them?
Right.
You see?
And you can.
That's my concern.
Most people won't say it's them and they'll throw it off them, right? But that's why I told you separation is needed. And that's why I think that we're in a good place, because remember, that identity thing created the women like that who gonna call that shit out and point that shit out. So their children gonna grow up to resent them. Because it's too much information online for you to see, hey, mothers ain't supposed to treat their kids like that.
Yeah. Damn,
right?
Man.
So that's why the separation gonna be needed at some point in time, because people breaking away from that shit and looking like, no, y'all really is wilding.
Say what? Bro, what was that other point you was gonna make?
Okay, the marriage statistics, right?
I'm right back.
Y'all keep saying, they keep saying black men are more married than black women, right? So I did the math. It's a 7-point percentage. And of course, it's more of us than it is of y'all. So in totality, when you break down the numbers, it's around 1 million black men married more than black women, right? This is the thing though. You're literally the person who controls marriage. And you're saying that makes it seem like black men want to be married or value marriage, instead of saying that black people don't value marriage as a whole. Because literally everybody's failing in it. It's under 50%. If it's under 50%, that says that this group is failing, right? All of us are failing. But because you have 7 points higher than the next group, you think that you're better. So you're toting that. That's the perfect way that y'all do it, right? So it don't matter what you do, because as long as you're not the worst of the worst, you can still contribute to the bullshit as long as you're not the worst of the worst. So it's not just the worst of the worst that's causing hell. It's everybody who's contributing to bullshit. But that's the people who won't accept it. That's the people who get to the point where it's not me, because I'm not, because Johnny, I mean, that nigga still, we always gonna have somebody to point to that's less than us. Somebody call you broke, they got niggas living underneath the bridge. Somebody call you fat, you're gonna find somebody bigger. If somebody call you ugly, you're gonna find somebody uglier. If somebody call you dumb, you're gonna find somebody dumber. People like to escape we're gonna escape what we are. As long as we better than the next person. Especially the next person that looks like us, because we only seem to be in competition with us. So as long as we a little bit better than them, even if we live on the block, if we drive a nicer car, if we dress nicer, if we're cooler, if we have a better aesthetic, then what we're going through and our contributions to the negativity, it doesn't have to play a role at all. When you can account for the million, because we know as Black people, we sit around all day with a bunch of people that talk about how they don't trust the government, I didn't see relationships be 20, 30 years long. Talking about how they don't trust the government, they don't trust government paperwork and anything like this. So you're telling me that that million gap can't be closed? I just don't believe it. Because we know a Black man here, shout out to Omar, who has 4 wives. We know a bunch of Black people who practice Islam. And they're not legally married at all. They're not married to the state. I think that it's intentional that people don't account for the women who are married in polygamous situations or married in situations with men, even whether it's long-term or not. Because there are people who've been in Islamic marriages. There are people who have been in common law marriages who just don't trust the system or whatever. You can say what you want to say about that, but I think that it'll be an even flick on Black men and Black women being married. And it's still at a losing rate. It's under 50%. I feel like that 7%, I'll say at least 3.5. Half of it could get sliced in half, just along with the groups that we have within the Black community who don't trust the government, so they're married, but they're not married on paper. You back?
Yeah, I missed it, but
but the overall point was, people highlight the negative things. If you can always look down on the other people, then you basically can scapegoat what you're doing, right? Because it's always somebody worse than you, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think a perfect thing that we do that. The problematic thing I said is that with Black marriages, we're failing at marriage, right? But Black men are married 7% more than Black women, right?
Yeah.
But it's still under a 50%. And anytime we went to school, if you got less than 50%, you fail.
You fail. So you saying,
right?
So you saying, what's so good about what you doing?
Right. So you think that you don't need to be addressed at all because
you're doing better than the worst,
right? But this is what I'm telling you. I've done the numbers. It just means that 1 million Black men are married more than Black women, right?
500.
Okay. Why don't we ever factor in the women of Islam?
Who don't
we know Omar, right? We know he's married to 4 different women, right?
Yeah.
Is that gonna show up in the statistics?
No. But did you look up the Black Muslim demographic?
Yeah.
It's like 300,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
So there's 300,000 or so that identify as like the nation.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if you ever been to the areas where predominantly like Philly and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people.
I have. I've been to Philly with Omar and his wife. They gave me a tour.
Speculatively, a lot of the brothers ain't doing. I said a lot. I would say like most of the brothers ain't locked in. I'm just going to say it's the same for them. They grow up Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we grow up Christian. But niggas ain't locked in. You see what I'm saying? So
no, that's why I say I wouldn't close the whole 7% gap, but through the common law marriages, whereas you may know a person that's not married together. You may know older couples who've been together 10, 20 years, but they're not married on government papers. All of their kids is same people.
Yeah.
And you may also know Muslims, because Omar said that all the men that he know have multiple wives.
You know he don't take kindly to a whole bunch of people either.
Right.
Like
you know what I'm saying? But that just lets you know that there are women who are married that's not showing up in the statistics.
No, it
so
is.
What I'm saying is the 7% gap is even smaller when you factor those in, but it's still less than 50. So it's a man and woman issue, but they try to make it seem like it's just a black woman issue.
Okay, so let me break it down. Yeah, so 32%, 27%, right? That's the gap or something like that between men and women. What you doing all this hooping and hollering and patting yourself on the back when you only at 32%, right? That's not a good number. Nobody's accepting that in any type of grading system, right? But you're saying, oh, you better than the worst. That means you still bad, right? Furthermore, you're saying, hey, what about the common law marriages? What about the Israelite brothers, the Muslim brothers that have more than one wife under the guise of the Most High, right? You have to account for that percentage point. I think that percentage point, though, is like less than 1%. You see? So it might add, I think it'll add a few thousand women. I don't think it's going to add like an astronomical amount.
No, I don't think so. I think when it comes to the Israelite brothers, we said 1 million people put that they was Hebrew Israelites.
Yeah.
When you talking about the Israelite brothers, we talking about them conscious niggas with they polygamy. We talking about Islam, and we talking about just regular hometown common law. I think it's about 3%.
Here's the thing that lowers it is that we grow up under a monogamous mindset, right? So since most of us grow up under a monogamous mindset, even though the religions, for the sake of conversation, allow these things, most of us still grow up in a monogamous mindset. And the key is the women do too, right? So then you have to ask how many women are willing to submit to that willingly. You see? I know the point. Unwillingly, they already do because they sharing men already, right? They got the same baby father already, you know? But I'm saying willingly in that proper construct, I think it's less than 1%, really. Because of the things I laid out. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's an interesting point. Let me bring this back in real quick. I'm going to drop the link so we can have that conversation, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Because, again, the identity politics, you know, it goes back to all this shit, right?
To see Nigerians imitating African Americans, some of the funny. My father would be like, he'd be like, you know, he's like, so, you know, this one boy was in my class. He was just saying, hey, man, don't talk to me like that. He was just walking like, man, it's in tears.
You want to be Mr. Cool.
Yeah, he has this, the comb, you don't put he put the comb in his hair. He was just saying, just like this, saying bad words, motherfucker, I fuck this, doing this with this hair. Yo, yeah, it's funny as hell, man. Yeah. And it's like, and people will say, won't believe what we're saying. We're not exaggerating. Yeah. It's like Jamaicans and how my Jamaican friends are like, what, my boy, you're bomba clad. Me not worry about my youth. You come here, you're not. It's real. It's not. We're not lying. Yeah. We can super exaggerate Nigerians, and you will find one.
Oh, 100%. There is somebody. No matter how big you get, like how big you go with,
don't matter.
Like it's in us
to see Nigerians imitate.
Pause. The one thing, right? And Godfrey was also saying a thing, and I was looking for the clip, but I couldn't find it. How other people that come here that look like Black Americans don't give enough credit to Black Americans. You know, which I think how much of a cause is that as well to just the dissension with the identity politics and etc. You know. So let me.
But it's because they get to see videos like that, right? Mm-hmm. And then at the end of the video, it's saying black mothers are domestic terrorists. That's see, they don't know like they're not in our communities to know that, hey, actually this is a microcosm. The ghetto is some construct that the government put together and threw a bunch of people in and fucked up the funding and infrastructure of the community and just left them there to eat on themselves. Yeah. That's actually what happened here, right? But then at the end, instead of you saying this is ghetto black women, you say black women are domestic terrorists. Black mothers, and there's millions of them who some of them ain't never even been born in a ghetto. But that's what people are going to take from that.
Okay. Now, here's the thing, right? We talked about this, right? I just dropped the link. Oh, I didn't yet. Hit the like button, man. Support the stream. Let's get it popping, man. We just had 368 people. Hey, man, come on. Hit the like button, man. That's the most important thing, man. It helps the channel the most. So, look. And we're making a conversation about when they put the National Guard into the cities, right? And Miss Fantastic made a point, and I think a lot of people agreed, is you're gonna have acceptable losses. You're gonna have casualties that weren't doing anything wrong. Is it so dire if we just focus on the black, the mom thing, just because you kind of went back to it, that you can't run the risk of giving the benefit of the doubt? Because even though those people are the minority, it is the representation of our community. And so it's almost like you have to admonish everybody. And then the people that aren't doing anything wrong, that are getting admonished, will show who they are, right? And then, okay, you good, right? Like if you get caught up in a raid or some shit, you ain't doing nothing, they run your background, they let you go, right? Now you may be subject to the tombs or the bookings, right, for a little while, but eventually, okay, boom, y'all could go. Or if they got you accosted or whatever the case, or detained, boom, they let you go, right? Is it worth that because of how dire it is? So you got to clean up the neighborhood, and unfortunately, some people gonna get put in handcuffs that shouldn't be, but they'll be let go once you run the information. Is it to that point?
Damn. If you're saying only if y'all allowing also that all black men are criminals. If y'all accept that, I'm accepting that all black mothers are domestic terrorists. But if y'all gonna push back and fight against that the majority of black men aren't growing up and doing that, and we know that the majority of black men are actually being raised by single mothers, and they're not turning out like that. If y'all are willing to accept that all of y'all are criminals, then I'll be willing to accept that all black mothers are domestic terrorists. But I think what they display is some ghetto shit. And if you convince people in the ghetto that everybody act like them, that's gonna give them more incentive not to change.
Well, it got to be fair. Is it the only way it works? Is it got to be fair?
The majority of black men were raised by single mothers.
Oh, take this walk with me. I'm saying that you'll only accept it if there's something equally as egregious on the other side.
Yeah, that's the only way I'm accepting it. Because if you're pushing back on trying to make sure that your image stays clear, but then we take that grace away from black women, I'm not willing to do that. No.
Okay.
If we
don't overrun it. Don't overrun it, bro. I understand what you're saying, and that goes back to your point where, nigga, you only married at 33%. Fuck you. What the fuck you celebrating about? Right? That go back to your point.
And some of y'all divorced and lying about getting married again and running through 40% of good women and wearing red hats that got a G on it.
I think the G stand for
Georgia.
Oh. So, okay. So it's interesting. Now, Rel, and I'll get Mr. Fantastic in. It gotta. I don't like it. I don't like that, Sherelle. Not that I don't like that. There has to be something on the other side. I don't want it to have to be something on the other side for people to be held accountable. If you do it, I do it too. See, I don't like that. Right? If I'm the blame, I'm the blame. I give a fuck what's happening over there. You see?
Yeah, but I'm saying
I gotta hold on. I'm just saying that you gotta be able to have one out the other, because that accountability seems minimized if it gotta be something on the other side. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying you're telling a bold-faced lie.
Okay.
The majority of black women are not creating that.
Okay.
Because the majority of black men are not that.
Okay. Oh, this what the G stand for. Okay, mahogany. That makes sense. Okay.
Gigolo. Oh, okay.
Gotcha. Mr. Fantastic, what's popping, man?
Brother. Good afternoon. On the
Please fix your mic. Fix your mic. Come on, let's start it right now.
My mic and I went back and listened to that shit. That shit was crystal clear the whole time. I don't know what's wrong with
Nobody said it wasn't clear. You were low.
It wasn't low either.
It was low it was low to them. But go ahead. You good now?
Y'all niggas deaf. Y'all need to go get y'all motherfucking hearing check. Anyway. You know what I mean? I only charge some of the females, not all of them, so I'm not a full gigolo. But anyway, listen.
Jesus
Christ. Yeah, man. Sherelle, no love. That's not how it works. Again, the correlation between black men and black women is a positive coefficient, right? Or directly proportional. Black men cannot get married, cannot have high marriage numbers if black women don't want to be married. Black women are the most. One of the biggest Kevin Samuels famous things was what? Oh, I've been engaged. If every black woman's been engaged 3 fucking times, HAMP, right? That's a black man offering marriage and a black woman fucking denying it. This is why the 1 million black men have to go outside of their race to get married, because black women are unwilling to get married. They're not marriage-minded. You can't, we can never, you know what I mean? We're not going to be the first group of people to marry out more than we fucking marry in. And the women clearly have all of this criteria and reasons as to why they don't want to get married. So yes, we can brag, and yes, we should brag about the 7% differential, because y'all are the reason why it's so fucking low. That's not my opinion. That's a fucking fact.
That is actually your opinion. That's not.
It's not my opinion.
You cannot prove that.
Yes, I can, Sherelle. I can prove it through history. I can prove it through sociology. I can prove it through anthropology. Most races of people marry themselves, marry in, Sherelle. Nobody marries out at a majority. No group in history. No group in history has ever done it.
But how is that proving that black women are not marriage-minded?
Because I just told you. So let me be clear. Anecdotally, I'm giving you the example of several black women that always say they've been engaged, they've been proposed to, right? I've been proposed to, and these are women that are from all walks of life, to where it's, oh, you've been proposed to not once, not twice, but 3 times. So that means, hold on, that means if those a significant number of those black women are being proposed to by different men, that's a man that had interest in marrying this woman, but she denied 3 different men.
You're talking about women that got on the internet from a man who had a channel where he had 1 million followers, and there's 22 million black women, right? And you're talking about a couple of thousand of them, not even a couple of thousand.
Way more than a couple. Come on now.
No,
Sherelle.
first of all, it wasn't even 1,000 black women over there that we seen. It was a couple of hundred that got on there and said that they were engaged. They were engaged multiple times.
Kevin Samuels had at least 500. I'll say, hold on, just real quick. So
they ain't never been proposed to that many times. Listen, I'm telling you, the majority of black women ain't never been proposed.
They lying. So you saying black women are liars?
They ain't been. The majority of them never said they was proposed to 3 times.
I didn't say the majority. I said a significant number of them did. And Kevin Samuels talked to hundreds of women per month. Hundreds black women per month. So he definitely talked to thousands of women over the 3-year run.
You can't go. Huh?
Yeah, the nigga was live like every day.
This is an opinion. It's okay. It's an opinion. All right. This is he's given his reasoning for his opinion, but it is an opinion.
Yeah, you're supposed to speak.
I don't care.
What I said was a fact. I didn't say it was a fact. I told you it's anecdotal experience or anecdotal reasoning or anecdotal whatever. Either way it goes, right? However you look at it, right? Black men can brag because the women they have to choose from are either unmarriageable, being that she's on her 3rd, 4th, or 5th, 11th baby daddy, right? She's unattractive as fuck. She's overweight. She's ghetto as fuck, as you just said. Every woman is not marriageable. There are a lot more marriageable black men than there are black women. So once a black woman puts herself in the unmarriageable category, a black man has no reasoning other than he has no choice to other go elsewhere to get married.
It's not more black marriageable men. It's black men control the access to marriage.
Which they still
If y'all are
married.
such great husband, why do everybody divorce y'all the most? Everybody leave y'all the most left out of all the husbands. Y'all the most left. Accurate. If y'all such good husbands, y'all are the most left out of all the husbands. Yeah, everybody gets the fuck away from y'all eventually. Yeah, black women will get away from y'all. The white women get away from y'all before the black women get away from y'all.
They actually don't.
So how are y'all better husbands? No, y'all control the access. Wait, Mr. Red Hat. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, fantastic.
I mean, you interjected. I'm letting you talk.
Oh, go.
See? So like I was saying, right, actually you keep helping my point, because who leaves us the most are going to be black women. This is why black women are the only group that have a higher divorce rate than marriage rate. So yet again, the statistics help my I have to be careful how I say this, my hypothesis and my theory that black women are still not marriage minded, because even when they get married, they get divorced the most. So you're even wrong in that. Black women are more divorced than black men. So it can't be what you're saying it is. The worst off demographic in marriage, race, and gender are black women. That is who black men are expected to marry at the highest clip. That is literally a fucking mathematical impossibility to be successful when you're linked to the group of women with the worst marriage statistics on every side.
When you're linked to the worst men to marry, you're literally going to end up in the same pool. You're not outside of the pool. Y'all, what they showed me.
Hold on,
is
Sherelle.
that y'all
So tell
a horrible husband.
No, Sherelle. So tell me. So this is what I'm saying. Hear me out. So explain to me, how are black men the worst men to marry? By what metric? The divorce rate?
The divorce rates, yeah.
All right. So thank you. It's directly proportional. Sherelle, listen. Hold on. Hear me out, Sherelle.
Wait.
You gotta listen to me. Sherelle, listen to me.
Say that you're better than the people who you're in the same boat with.
I'm not getting it, Sherelle. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Sherelle.
I'm telling y'all all on the same playing field with this shit.
Sherelle,
we could wait, Mr. Fantastic. We consistently say it's not a nigga that's singler than a married black man. They ain't a.
I ain't never said that.
Singular man.
I ain't never said that.
They put it all in the music. They be like, you see.
Black men don't cheat. Exactly. Black men don't cheat. That's the music I'm known for. Anyway, Sherelle, so hold on. Walk with me. Hold on. Here.
Sherelle, that's like one of the top reasons why y'all get divorced.
No. Again, black women are the highest cheaters. Let's not talk about that. Listen what I'm saying, Sherelle. This real shit though. Listen, hear me out. You're still basing a statistic on that's directly proportional to black women. Black men can never overcome divorce rates when black women have the highest divorce rate. So you can't blame the black man for something that black women are the main cause of. So
what I'm saying is, when y'all leave the black woman and y'all go and be with other women, they divorce y'all at higher rates as well.
Again, you keep saying higher rates, but it's still not as high as motherfucking what's the name. And then the Asian niggas, when they outside, it's I'm just saying, man. Y'all are trying to put black.
So what I'm saying is, you telling me you're the problem with us, you're the problem with them, you're the problem with the other people, but you're not no part of the problem.
No, I'm not saying that I'm saying this, right? We're already starting at a worse deficit than everybody else because we're linked to the group of women that have the highest divorce rates by far. The only group of women that have a higher divorce rate than marriage rate, meaning that black women ain't get married no more. But the black women that are married are still getting divorced, right? So what we're saying is the black man said, well, oh shit, hey, they don't want to get married. So what now we got to do is we have to go outside of the race, right? Or necessarily not outside of the race or outside of the culture, because black men are still marrying African women and Caribbean women or whatnot, and so on and so forth, right? Not just white women, as y'all love to act like that's the case. But so the black man is finding a workaround to have a family, to be a husband, and then the black woman turn around and down the black man for finding a way to get through her bullshit. You're trying a good thing that everybody should see as a good thing, because at the end of the day, it should be a higher marriage rate period. That's good, right? More marriage equals more families, equal better children, equal all this shit. But instead of saying that, because now you be admitting that black women are the problem, you go shit on the niggas. Oh, niggas just 7%. It's just 7%, nigga. Well, yeah, it has to be, because the black women in the pool are horrible candidates and don't want to be married.
If these are such good black men and they're so marriage-minded, where are all them fucking black kids coming from?
The same niggas.
Okay, so you're the good marriage black
21 Savage.
Black man who's
21
still
Savage
gonna have kids out of wedlock as well.
You say what?
They're having the kids out of wedlock.
Yeah, they having them with the same niggas.
No, they're not, bro. I thought
yes,
y'all
they are.
like that.
Black women have again, Sherelle. Black women are the highest group that has multiple kids by multiple men.
Yeah, and it's multiple men.
Wait, hold on.
One black woman, 3 different men, and all of these men are what?
Man.
The highest
Come on. What we about to argue about?
I'm done whooping Sherelle's ass for the day.
Well, here's the thing, right, Mr. Fantastic? We gotta be more honest, right?
Yo, 50%.
we look at hold on. We look at stats that black men rank in. We don't rank high in shit. We don't rank high in degrees. We don't rank high in certifications. We rank high in prison. We rank high in being homeless. We rank low in being married, right? And then, so that's the one association that you can put a 1-to-1, like the women suck. That's why we're only married at 32%. But we suck at a lot of shit though. Well, we suck in mad category. Hold on. If anybody hit me with a well or butt, let me finish the diatribe. Right? We suck in a lot of shit. So now all of a sudden we failing in this category and it's the women's fault. But it ain't. Is it their fault that we homeless? Is it their fault that we don't make no fucking money? Huh? It's all their fault that the kids can't read? Like how honest are we gonna be about this identity politics shit?
So, real quick,
I'm done.
Just to kind of,
I'm just windmilling because I'm mad at the bank. I'm on the phone with the bank, so it's not y'all, it's the bank.
So
it's not that. Oh no, let me go because you just went. All right, the divorce rate.
Why he got that outfit on, Cheeky? What made him wear a black and a red shirt and a gray shirt?
It's one.
Those
shirt.
are the Georgia colors. Those are the colors.
It's one shirt,
and it's all just one shirt. Later. It's not a vest. Oh,
okay. My fault.
Oh, it does look like he got buku shirts on, mad shirts.
Yeah, it's just one shirt. But the thing is, black men and women have the highest divorce rates, period, at 21.3 and 25.7 respectively. So black men have 21.3% divorce rate, and then black women have 25.7. All right. Now, one thing I've learned, especially since, we did the whole percentage thing, it's negligible, right? Based off of what Fantastic is saying about the stats with the police, these percentages. So we're right in the same category, is my point. Like, it's nothing that they're doing seems to be too far from what we're seeing. So it's like you can't try to separate yourself completely, but none of the statistics are showing otherwise, right? Like if our divorce rates is that much, and our cheating, right? Because he did mention cheating, and black women do excel out of all the races, but so do black men. So it's like we're right there with that. Like when it come down to it, we can't really separate ourselves from one another, which is why I take the stance of that lady y'all showed on Instagram talking about black women are domestic terrorists. That's crazy, right? Because then you provide the justification to do the shit that they're already wanting to do anyway, right? And these people that have these thoughts tend to think and vote a certain way. And every time they think and vote something, it's always against people, or it's always with a standpoint of, we don't fuck with niggas. Right. When you see a group chat full of I want to hang niggas and I want a Jewish bakery to happen, and you're putting out the propaganda of black women, I don't want you. No, there is no separation, right? Because if it start with one, then that means all of us gonna get involved.
Yeah.
So that's my standpoint.
So what up, y'all? How y'all doing today?
Hello.
Hello, Trigger Mike.
Can y'all hear me? I got a new computer and I haven't hooked up my mic.
Since you were a month or
Yeah,
something.
you're not on your mic.
Yeah, he said he hasn't hooked it up yet. We can hear he got a new computer. He got to set it up. Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on? I agree with Cheeky actually, and Sherelle, I think you got off you were doing like a long months of the same consistent rhetoric, and I guess because Fantastic is who he is, you kind of went back and forth. But I agreed with you months ago, Sherelle, when you said you cannot separate the I don't know, the ills, you can't separate the outcomes of Black men and Black women. So I got a sister that I don't see eye to eye with all the time, right? But one thing nobody has ever heard me talk about, I've never talked shit about my sister because I'm smart, right? It's like this, I'm the oldest, she's the one right behind me, right? So y'all know how that dynamic works sometimes, right? But the reason is because I grew up in the same house with the same parents. So if you talk shit about somebody, eventually somebody's going to say, how are you saying she got all these problems? And none of that rubbed off on you? That is the exact same thing between Black men and Black women. You can't, Black women, and this is probably the problem me and Fantastic have most, the Black woman, unfortunately, is the person in America that's pretending that she can separate her outcomes from that of her male counterpart. That I will charge you with. You cannot. You are not this perfectly refined product that grew up in the same house as this fucked up ass nigga. It's not possible. Both y'all fucked up. That's my ultimate point. Where it's like the come together part is when you say, I cannot even change my circumstances without changing or without acknowledging that I come from this severe deficit. My family also comes from it, and it affected me in a way that I had to grow out of it, right? And I look at it like that because, something else I wanted to say on Sherelle's side. Oh, yeah. That is why Black men are more likely to be divorced, in my opinion, is because that lack of support for marriage in general is going to be the most prevalent when a Black man gets married, right? These are things that I had to consider. I chose one woman over another. I chose one Black woman over another Black woman because the other Black woman didn't have a supportive family structure. And I knew that would be detrimental for the marriage. You understand? The wife I got now, she got, like, her dad's side is like, they ask for children. I'm used to that. That's the type of family I come from. You better send me them babies. Y'all better bring me my grandkids. Do y'all want to go out? So I know that type of environment is better and conducive for a marriage, but a lot of Black men are lacking that. So of course they're going to be the most divorced because they don't have a environment or a community that supports marriage at all. And I'll land there for now.
Oh yeah, no, that's kind of where I'm still at. It's just that what I notice is that as long as we're doing a little bit better than the next person, we think that we don't have no improvement to be done, right? And Fantastic says that we're not the problem, right? But it's clear, like, if we don't have this 1-to-1, right? We really don't. If you really go by the homeless rates, what you're saying that women who have homes deserve to be with homeless Black men. If Black men are incarcerated more, you're telling me that women that don't go to jail deserve, if they have to be partnered up with people that go to jail? You're talking about a group of people who have way higher substance abuse issues, whether that's alcoholism or drugs, and you're telling me sober people have to be matched up with them, while also dealing with the fact that it's 2 million more of us than it is of them. But he'll boldly say, because if 7% of y'all are more married, that Black men are not the problem.
Yeah. So again, this is why I'm trying to explain to you, right? And this is what it never gets, and this is the whole thing that's been out here. So, I agree with you and Killer Mike to a degree, but at some point in time, in order to fix the problem,
Killer Mike.
I said Trigger Mike.
You said Killer the rapper.
Killer
but
Mike.
I fuck with it either way. I fuck with it
either way. Yeah. Georgia shit today for you see it. This, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. But Trigger Mike, my bad. But nah, this is what I'm saying, Sherelle. The Black man has been just like HAMP just did. Niggas get their ass tore out the frame every day, Nigga ain't, can't, don't, want. That's the black man moniker. You never doing enough. You never making enough money. Then you niggas turn around and talk about slavery and racism and discrimination. So niggas done had to deal in this racist ass system and deal with the white man that still got his foot on your neck, but niggas still ain't doing enough because he ain't equal to the fucking white man. This is what niggas literally hear every fucking day, right? So when a black man finally does do something and he does improve, it ain't enough. Even though the motherfucking black man is not at the bottom. Oh, well, you compare yourself to the bottom. Well, which is it? If you're telling me constantly I'm comparing myself to the bottom, right? But at the same time, you're saying this fucking racist ass system that I'm in this country that's never want to let me get ahead, which is it? You can't have it both ways, okay? Now, again, a lot of the stuff that's being caused for what black men have is at the hand of the mother. These are facts. I didn't make up the stats. I didn't make up the studies. The people way before I was even thought about did this. So this is why the black mother has to take accountability. And until we do that, we're never going to be able to move forward. This is at the hand and laid at the feet of the fucking mom. Oh, well, what about the daddy? What about the man? Why did she let them ain't shit niggas nut at her? Why? It's Sherelle, it's a motherfucking CO. High-ranking motherfucking jail CO. This bitch just had twins by a lifetime nigga serving life for murder. Okay?
Fantastic. Pastors molest kids.
Indeed.
I don't know why y'all. This is what I was trying to say the other day. Why do y'all think good girls choose bad men?
I don't know.
They don't. Them bitches is bad too. Y'all think because they're esteemed or they got a good job that they can't be bad. It's not a bunch of good women choosing bad men. It's a bunch of bad bitches choosing bad men. They're bad too. They're not. This is not sound.
Great. Hold on. Great. So hold on. So do black women
just as worse as the people that they're choosing? They just got a good job.
I got you. So by that logic, right? Do black women overrepresent in bad women, in the bad women ratio?
Yes. What I'm telling you is black men are also overrepresenting. I'm not throwing the cape on for black women. I'm telling you black men and black women are in the same categories. I'm never getting them off. I'm telling you they're what and what. They're evening out. I'll tell you this, Mr. Fantastic. We're going to talk about black women who are her baby mamas, right? But they're baby mamas at the same rate. They're single with no kids. At the same exact rate.
That's impossible.
No, it's not. Remember, I taught you this. 100% of black women, 40% of them don't have kids. Within the 60% of them that do have kids, 20% of them are married, which leaves 40% of them don't have kids, are having kids out of wedlock, which evens it back out. It's 40 black women single, no kids. It's 40% of them who had kids out of wedlock. The other 20% are in marriages doing the right thing. But who do y'all harp on the most? The problem, right? But y'all do that and say this is all of who black women are when it's the equal amount of black women doing the fucking total opposite of what they're doing.
Yeah, that math ain't mathing.
How that math don't math?
That math not mathing. So 60, we'll do 60-40, even though it's more than 60, we'll do 60, right? So 60% of black women have kids, right? So 40% of black women don't have kids. All right. And then what'd you say of those that have kids, how many is married? What percentage is married?
20%.
Yeah, you actually like have to have that. That's not how the percentage will work within.
What percentage of black women are married?
23, what is it 23, 27? No, 27? 27 or
29% now.
Oh, okay.
30%. So then it would be you have to find a percentage of married women that all married women don't have kids.
That's why I don't give it the whole 29. That's why I say 20%.
So even to that's still not how you're gonna do the math. I can't explain it verbally, but that's not how it works. But let's just go with that, right? So let's just say it's not that far off. Let's say it's you said 40 for sure don't have kids, right? 40% of black women for sure don't have kids, and let's just say another 20%.
And this is how I did the math, though, right? In the 100, so when you take the 60% and you take their 100% of women with kids, they're saying that about 80% of the kids are born out of wedlock, which means leaves 20% of the kids are born in wedlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you take the 20, but you can't say the 80. So the other 80 is just the other 40% of black women, because 40% of them don't even got no kids.
Okay. Either way, we'll go with that. For the sake of it, we'll just say your math is right. Even still, Sherelle, now you get outside of the thing, right? Like you just said, just because a nigga ain't got no kids and a nigga ain't out here, what's his name, don't mean he good. Hell, according to you, the nigga might look like a foot, right? So the same thing on both sides. So what we end up having is you're telling black men to just marry somebody off the strength because she ain't got no kids. Okay, well, what about her character? What I mean, you know, what is her ideology? You know, how do we align? Is she attractive? Is she unattractive? Is she kind? Is she an unbearable bitch? It's just so many variables and things.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you want to do these variables, you only want to do these variables for black women, and you don't want to hold those.
Too.
So that's what I'm saying. You're saying, what are their ideology? Churches are full of women.
Yeah,
right?
And we know
the churches. I'm just saying the churches are full of women. They say if you want to know what men like, the place will always have more men than women. You go to church, there's never more men than women. You go to the strip club, always more men than women. I'm just saying, y'all
the
like
final form of a religious woman. The final form of a hoe is a religious woman. That's been discovered in
but that don't mean that all religious women start off as hoes.
You
Your
literally got a porn star that's a preacher.
So
you literally got a porn star that's a preacher.
All the religious women are hoes.
Just most of them.
And you're a hoe.
I'm not no hoe. A man can't be a hoe. I'm a hoe maker.
You're a hoe.
Maker.
Hoe.
Maker.
You're a hoe.
Maker.
I don't know what y'all.
Men can't be whores.
Like
men can't be whores.
But,
nah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't just think you're like, oh, now it's a character. When I tell you, black men are not winning that character game. Y'all are not these esteemed character ass people. And then y'all think because y'all not Pookie or Ray Ray shooting up the block, but you a lying, cheating ass, dog ass, low integrity, weak ass nigga. And and it's a bunch of them walking around clowns, lazy, don't wanna do nothing, follow the group thing, just wanna do anything. Just going along to get along.
Yeah, but then I would say though, and that's why I said we come back. I think you said it before. You said it was like what, 3%? You said it was like 3% good black men or some shit.
I said right? 30.
30, right? What make it so funny? 35. Yeah, but make it so funny though. I actually did this like a long time ago, over on my channel, and I actually just the basic shit, like the amount of money being made, all this different shit, so on and so forth. Even when you really do the numbers, Sherelle, and like you said, another big thing that you said, I don't think, which is very, very important, right? So even though shout out to Cheeky, you're saying it's not that big of a difference. A 2 million person swing is huge. Okay, the smaller the population, right? So now you got to think there are more black women than there are black men. So you're at a deficit of approximately 2 million people, and yet and still you're expected to, and you still can't find. You see what I'm saying? That's how you know there's a problem there. The fact of the matter that it's at a point it's going to be a 2 million. I don't know what that percentage is. It's not 2 to 1. But whatever, you have a higher percentage and you have more to choose from, and still black men aren't making the fucking thing. The men that aren't what you say they are, right? The niggas that ain't motherfucking dogs and whatever and all this other shit. Even the good men can't find and cannot find a wife out of the fucking surplus. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not the black man's fault in this shit. Black women have the highest criteria for fucking dating and marrying. They just do.
Yeah. I do think that good black people have a hard time finding each other because of all the bullshit that's in the flux. It's because the rest of you know why? Because good black people don't pretend to be bad, right?
Yeah. But I'll say this.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you're good. We listen.
Oh, I was saying good black people never pretend to be bad. You know who pretends though? Bad black people. They pretend to be good people, and they fuck with good people. No, good people don't hunt bad people. Bad people hunt good people. Bad people are out here trying to search to find good people to get over on.
Trigger Mike, your mic's not in. Trigger Mike.
He said he got to set
He
up.
got a new
know,
setup. Yeah, he just got it set up.
I'll speak closer to the mic.
No, you sound fine. I was just saying. Go ahead.
Got you. I appreciate it. Yeah. I got to get a longer cord. Pause. Anyway, to Sherelle's point, I think that the one divide I will say that I notice is that when you said like a lot of men ain't no good, like, no, that analysis has been done. A lot of men are just average, especially black men. And the average man is looked over. Most of these men ain't got no felonies. They got a job, right? All of that type of stuff. It's just no longer good enough for the people that's hunting for them. And the one thing I will say about women, because now it's really sounding the alarm, right? So I'm an 86 baby. We all turning 40 this year, all right? And it's really hitting my wife's friends hard. Like she getting calls on the phone, people, having conversations during family gatherings and shit. These women tired of being single. But one of the things that I find it to be very unique and hypocritical about a lot of her friends or, homegirls she went to college with is like, you was the same one talking that shit. You got a great job, you good mouthpiece on you, you smart, you dedicated, but you act like the bad girls. That's a uniquely feminine thing. Like in Cops and Robbers, I've always been the cop. I ain't never act like, Pookie or Ray Ray to that extent. And we have a lot of women, unfortunately, that adopt a toxic mindset because it's fun, because they can. And I'm like, you talking all this shit like you want to be married now, but you've been coming over here for 10 years. I've been hearing a different story. So I think the narrative will start to change a little more when a lot of women do that type of soul searching thing where they like, am I the problem? Have I been projecting the wrong shit? Have I been curving niggas that were actually good that would have married me? So I think that's one of the major things that needs to happen to turn this ship around, because average men are just waiting. They can't do anything but be who they are, right? So that's the pool of women I think they got to choose from, and they're not acting right.
So this is what I'm.
My God, come on, yo, come on, man, come on. We have a whole cohort of men saying marriage is not good. Marriage is not the answer. Yeah, how are we even predicating good or bad on who's getting married if most of us, right, with the loudest voices don't champion marriage for men?
So that's a good question. And what I'll say is that average group of men I'm talking about, marriage has been misrepresented to them as an institution of no reciprocity and no benefit, right? So I'm a proponent for marriage.
Yes.
But I've always looked at it like this. We take on the greatest responsibility in a marriage. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Everything's on us and we have the most to lose. So what I'm saying is that the woman has always been the benefit to the man. Marriage itself is not the benefit. The woman was the benefit.
Sugar Mike, yeah. I know your platform, right?
Right.
I'm just Mr. Fantastic arguing about who ain't marriageable. We don't champion marriage. Who gives a fuck?
Right. Well, not only that, HAMP, but we don't live in a society that champions what I would think is good behavior for men who want to be married, right? Mr. Fantastic proved the point by going, I'm not a hoe, I'm a hoe maker. Where does that come from? And what woman that's a good woman wants to hear that and be like, I'm going to marry the man who thinks like that? Like, there's so many things. Just because the average man may not be a felon or the average man may not be a, I don't know, the most degenerate doesn't mean that he's got good character. He's just average. And the average person in today's society has a lot of mindset and thinks very, very not something I wouldn't recommend the average person to get married, because average people should not. It should be people who are above average in understanding of what marriage is, and above average in understanding the sacrifice it takes, and above average when it comes to discipline, above average in a lot of different things. Most average people should not get married. I would never recommend that, because just because you're average don't mean you're good. It just means you're average.
We probably have to mine it out a little better to see what average means in your mind, Cheeky, but I'm only going to disagree based on the word average, because our entire economy, our tax system is based off the average man and woman work ethic, their marriage, and their ability to uphold anything. It ain't the bigger person doing it. It's the average person.
And what you find is
every man who gets up here and says that he's successfully married, every black man who does that, guess what he ain't? average.
Average.
No, whoa, hold on, Sherelle.
You're not average.
Hold on, no.
That's not average.
Hold on.
Y'all are not average.
Hold on. What were we when we got married?
In your mind,
No.
Your mind developed
no, because
from
that's
an
not gonna
average
slide.
man?
That's not gonna slide. I know. See, here's the thing about being on a panel with these men for years. Trigger Mike has established that even when he was in college, he was able to get women because he was above average, and he's always been smart. Not only that, he was on the same panel with HAMP, and this was last year. So no, he would say I'm above average. He would say that the way I was raised, being the first first generation Nigerian man, his pops and mother don't like. There's a lot of things that aren't average about what he said, and he's already acknowledged it. So no.
So the only point of contention I will say is that we're kind of having a bad conversation because you're making it based on what's average maybe to Black people. Unfortunately, that's the argument you're making. Because when we really look at it, what I'm saying is average is the average person that stays married in the United States of America. Let's just put it this way. These people don't make a lot of money. They make maybe $42,000 a year. If it's an Indian man, like an East Asian man we're talking about, this dude can drive a cab. These the FedEx guy just dropped off my son's dirt bike. All right. He got a wedding ring on his finger. He working for FedEx. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's the average. But the average man, what I'm saying is the average man represents a large cohort of men. They're getting married.
But if you listen, listen to this, we've already been over the stats. The most people who have the most successful marriage are people that are above average in what? Salary. The people that are above average in everything. The average person is going to get a divorce based off of the statistic is 50-50. But the people who are guaranteed to do well or better off, they're typically higher educated, which is above average, higher earning, which is above average, and they have people or have some background that is not common to America. Since you want to use Indian people, you're not naming anything average because most average people fail at it. That's what the statistics say. That's fantastic. He know.
Is that a historical statistic or a modern one?
This can't be.
That's fantastic. He know. This is a conversation you need to be having with fantastic.
But this can't.
No, I'm just saying like that.
This can't
But
be.
we're modern people. We're not going to
is this
modern.
thing on?
Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about the same shit over and over? Yo, she was acknowledging character and the thinking, right? Mike, how you thought about marriage, the allocation of resources, right? The allocation, understanding of leadership, right? The principles and values that you layered your marriage upon. There's plenty of people with money that should be fucking dead. That got they money the ski mask way. But it was in a trench coat with a tie on. Right? So it ain't predicated on money. It's about the processing. How you process information, what you think about things, what you actually value. Mr. Fantastic also said it wrong. Whoremongerer. They're already hoes. Right? Whoremongerer. You just collect the bodies of the women that are already willing to be promiscuous. Not a hoe maker. Nah, because it was here first. I get up in the morning, she say, I'll see you later, DJ. Because she thinks that's my fucking first name for some reason. Because she ain't take the time to get to know me. I didn't make her into that. She was that before I got there. So that's the one thing. Whoremongerer, not hoe maker.
Okay, so I guess the question I would have then is, do we think
that's just one point, right? That's the last point I made, but I made another point, right? Because we talking about identity politics, right? What do we even see as what's good or bad? We just predicating all this shit off money?
No, it's not just money, like you said, but character is the thing. Yeah. So like I said, you ask 10 different people what good character is, you're gonna get 10 different answers. So I mean, we have the basic thing, and that's why I think it's pretty much cut and dry. And we make it, hey, are you a criminal? Are you poor? Are you clearly fucking evil? I guess you know what I mean. Are you out to get over on other people? Everything else is you never know. A person, like you said, everybody's an actor when you meet them, huh?
Okay.
Everybody's an actor when you meet them.
And so that's all I'm saying is that a lot of times we think, because a person has money or they're not in jail, that automatically means that they're good people. No. Yeah. The character is messed up on both sides. So what I'm saying is, I'm around average men all the time. And let's talk about the women y'all love, because y'all know y'all daughters.
Damn.
I'm telling you,
we gotta talk about this
don't want to
again.
sign y'all daughters up to be with the
Why we
average
gotta talk about
men
the
that I'm
same
around.
shit over and over? Why we gotta keep making the same points over and over? Why?
To what Hamp said about what the identity politics. So that is a question that is yet to be answered in our society. And somebody made a comment about what am I doing with my mouth paused. I don't know how to move my mouth with these Invisaligns. That's why I ain't been on here, and I'm getting used to it. But I look at results. That's all you can look at, because everybody fails the moral litmus test. Every single person does. So if you base it off Democrat, Republican, you already wrong. If you base it on the type of shit people follow, you're wrong. The one thing I'll say I'll look at naturally, if you somebody who claims to be rich, but your children are fucked up, I ain't following you. I can't follow that example, right? I'm richer than Elon Musk is in a lot of ways. This nigga got kids emancipated from him. You see what I'm saying? I can't go around saying I got a bunch of money and my kids don't fuck with me, right? So you got to look at people's results most of the time. And that's how I'll glean a little bit more about their morals and shit. But people will claim that they are morally correct, or I got money, or I'm doing this. Dog, are your kids doing well? Are they housed properly? Are they fed? Or do you owe any debts to anybody? Shit like that matters to me.
So to kind of address what Hamp is, I think, trying to get at, the identity politics, or the identity politics comes whenever it's something disparaging. Instead of identifying as a group of people that percentage-wise really is not that much different from one another. There's some level of separation between the two. And when you look at the stats, there really shouldn't be that big of a separation, or there shouldn't be rhetoric to quote unquote separate that far away, because the numbers say otherwise. So in my head, I don't understand trying to separate from people that seem to be very close to you, and we can't even align on what it is character is, or what we think is right. It's one of those things where if we keep trying to do the separation thing, or we keep trying to spread or like distance ourselves from one another, all they're gonna do is be like, y'all still the same. From the outside looking in, and statistically, everything is lining up. You can't keep trying to do this identity thing. I'm a black man, so black men don't do this, and I'm a black woman, so black. We are right there in almost every category. I just don't understand it. The identity politics for this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. It's like, how do we even make, to Chiki's point, how do we make a differentiation? I don't know if you've been listening in, right? But we looking at identity politics. We were talking about the men and the women. Well, now we trying to figure out who's good and bad, who's marriageable. But it's just like, do we even believe any of that shit? Or are we only saying it to make a point in the conversation to disparage the other sex?
Yes.
Like how does this actually work, right? And then what's the point? Like, so to Mr. Fantastic's point, do we need to expose it so it could be corrected? But then it gives me cause for pause, because I'm like, most of us say marriage ain't a smart option for men. And it's not even because of the bad character of women. It's because of the construct of marriage is a raw deal, because we are worried about divorce. You see? So before we even get that rebuttal, it's marriage is bad because of how it's set up, not because the women suck. Right? So it's like, how do we really discern and delineate who's who and what's what? Like, for instance, Mom, right? I know you said you weren't overly religious or not religious, right? If you had to get a woman, and this is from Mr. Fantastic also, right? Do you get her out the club or do you get her out the church? If you had to pick. And I know we say it's all the same. Well, it's not. So do you get her out on the back block, or do you get her out the church? Do you get her off the corner, or do you get her off the church? Like what is our how do we play this game if we want to focus on the lack of relationships?
Yeah. What's up, y'all?
What's going on?
What's good?
I agree with your point. I think that even though I'm not religious, let's say my kids grew up and it was like, yo, dad, I want to be a Christian. I would love that. Or my son grew up and said, dad, I want to be a Muslim. I would love that, because one thing I can't deny is that as far as morals, to me, and character, I think that those religions and the wisdom that's inside of both of those books supersede most other things and most other options. So as far as like finding a woman, I would absolutely prefer to find a woman in church versus finding her in the club. But I do think that we need some sort of this is why I tend to believe that as a culture and I don't think we really have a community, because if we had like a community, I think we would have some sort of concrete list of standards that we all kind of believe in, or that we use to judge character.
Okay.
And we don't, some of us believe in this, some of us believe in that, some of us believe in this. So until we get to that point, I'm not really a fan of all these conversations of what people should be doing and shouldn't be doing, because all of our opinions are so different. Like some people are like, oh, don't have kids out of wedlock. I think that sounds crazy to me. Like have children, I think monogamy is great. I think being with one person is amazing. I think you should pick a life partner. However, doing it under the judicial system of having to sign the paperwork and all that, that sounds crazy to me. Saying that you should have to have kids under that, and if you don't, then you out of pocket. I think that sounds crazy.
Sherelle gotta look like she want to respond to something you said.
No, that's amazing, because I was just making that point. So why do you think it's not a good idea, or we shouldn't hold people to having kids into wedlock?
I'm not saying that it's not a good idea. I'm saying that it being a necessity, I think, is ridiculous. Because that's not the issue. I think marriage is not a prescription. I think the character of the people is the prescription. That's what we should focus on. Like, for example, I know people who popping them out. They on their fourth kid. They've been together for 15 years, right? Like, I'm not going to tell them, yo, y'all need to get married. That'll make y'all better. That'll make y'all. No, y'all know what y'all doing. Y'all love each other, and y'all know what y'all want to do in your life. Y'all make whatever decision y'all want to make. Outside of that, I think they just trying to please other people.
Yeah, so this come full circle to what Sherelle was saying from the very beginning, right? If this, let's say, let me just ask you this, right? Do you think that you think there's a lot of men that think the way you do?
Do I think there's a lot of men that think the way I do?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
Okay, so even if let's say they didn't, if there's enough women to agree to that idea, why should the statistics be used as a pinpoint as something that's bad because they believed in an idea and they followed through with it? And why should we use that? Why should we use marriage as a pinpoint for people who don't think marriage is right as a negative?
I'm trying to follow you.
So what you're saying is, so you have a woman, right?
Yeah, I do.
And you have she has kids for you?
No, I have kids.
You have women with kids, right?
Yeah, I got women with kids, yeah.
So you're a good father?
If you ask me, yeah.
Okay, so what I'm saying is the women that you had kids with are going to get admonished for having kids with you.
Yeah, some people would do that, yeah.
That means they have bad character, they're bad women, because they're with a man who they felt like is a good man who doesn't believe in marriage or the construct of it being a prescription to be married to the papers and all this extra stuff. So when they run into men like you who seem like a pretty well-rounded, decent dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not accounting from that. We're just saying that the women who deal with you are automatically bad women.
Well, that's the part that I don't agree with. I don't think that should be a marker. Now, I understand the correlation of, okay, because this is the thing. I'm not saying that I don't believe in marriage. I do believe in marriage, right? But I also believe I believe in lifelong partnership just same way that I believe in marriage. I don't think there's a difference, right? I think those are the same thing for me. And those people like me who believe in partnership, we get mixed into the category of the people who don't believe that they have to be a father, who don't believe that they have to be responsible for their children, who don't believe that you have to be that it's your responsibility to see to it that your son becomes a man the way that you see a man, and your daughters become a woman the way that you see a woman, right? We all get mixed up into the same category because we're not married, right? So if that makes sense.
Yeah, and so this is what it is that you felt long-term partnership with 3 women, and now 3 women are single mothers. And if you didn't know, single black mothers are domestic terrorists. So you created 3 domestic terrorists, right? So women are willing to sign up with y'all, and we don't need the paperwork, and we don't need the paperwork pipeline to baby mama pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Is better than the Earl we got. Okay, I'm just saying.
So is the
it's
problem
better than the Earl we got? It's better than the Earl we got.
Yeah.
You don't want to give the women the security.
So is the problem the people who view single women with children as domestic terrorists, or what's the problem?
No, the problem is the people who don't want to bring kids into legitimate situations.
All right, so why is that the issue?
Because it's starting a messed up infrastructure from the start, right?
So what makes it messed up?
That? So if you live in any place, if the infrastructure of a home is messed up, if a storm hits it, it's gonna fall apart. Right? So you're not married to the mother. Most likely people aren't bringing kids in intentionally, which means you're not family planning. You don't understand the future of what your child will have, right? You're having sex, you're having a good time, and you think you should bring life into the world. And that life has to become a human. And it'll have to have tools.
Yeah,
but if you have 2 parents that just want to be with the vibe, bringing kids into the world, what it's producing is a bunch of kids that's being underloved and undercared for and undernurtured. And once they get into that form, they become YNs. But we're trying to address the root causes of it. And the root causes of it is a bunch of people having kids out of wedlock with no intention. That's the problem.
So that's the problem for me, right? You said a lot, but you attributed everything to being having a poor foundation. So this is my question, right? I don't think the prescription is marriage, because if the prescription is marriage, then that means that when Cardi B and Offset get married, then that's the ideal situation. That's the ideal. Everything's ideal. Whereas the problem with Cardi B and Offset is not that they weren't married, because they were. The problem is who they are and what their beliefs and characteristics are, right? So if you take Cardi B and you undivorce, I mean you separate them and I mean remove the marriage, right? And then you just make Offset a better person, and you make Cardi B a better person with better beliefs, with a better belief system, then that's a better option than just people getting married. So my argument is people need to be better people, and your argument and what I hear other people is get married, right? So that's the difference in, I think the foundation should be the parents. If the parents are good people, then we won't have these statistics of, oh, this will, the kids will grow up to be YNs, and like that's not going to happen. The problem is that the parents aren't good people. It's not that they're not married.
Well, it's that while I may be agreed, like I agree with that standpoint as well. It's not the average. It's not the average standpoint, nor is it the most accepted, right? So at a certain point, and this is where the statistical standpoint of it really comes into play, is people are using stats to demonize a group while excluding another group, which in their percentage within the stat itself is not that far off. And the people that are doing it don't even believe in marriage. So it's like, how can we use that statistical standpoint to be a qualifier of a moral or good person when we don't know the stories behind it, when we don't know the things behind it? It's the same reason why 70% of women file for divorce. We don't know the reason behind why. That's why HAMP will say, yeah, Chug always telling somebody, but guess who punched him? Chug. It's the same. It's like it's this back and forth where statistics are being used in a disproportionate way to prove something negative instead of just looking at something completely.
Me and you agree.
No, but that's the problem I have with that, though. Again, because the numbers have to tell a story. There's nothing. Again, I keep saying this, and we've done this exercise before, Cheeky. There's no way from just any logical standpoint where something fails at 70% of the time and it's something other than the thing that's causing the failure. That's why that rationale does not make sense. It cannot be to where the majority of the failures are something other than the thing that's causing the failure. But
so let's say it's
this is
half.
the society. So just real quick, and this is the conundrum we end up in because society is so easy on blaming the man. The woman automatically gets the benefit of the doubt when we arrived at the whole marriage ain't worth it because it's been exposed to the shit that the women do in the marriage and then getting out of the marriage. This is why you have a fucking divorce lawyer, the white dude going famous for saying this. I, as a divorce lawyer, would not suggest this is not just something we came to a conclusion on our own, right? The women are manipulating the system on all sides. They manipulate the marriage, then they take over the kids if their kids there. So how can we tell men to go running into a fucking burning building with no one to save? That's immoral within itself.
So this is where it comes full circle, right? Like it goes back to what HAMP was saying earlier in the show, which is how can we use these things as a metric and say black women are this, that, and the third when we are already being told by en masse and he's blowing up on your own accord. This is what you just said. If he's blowing up in his messages, don't get married because it's not a good deal, then how can we hold women or any woman that's not married and say the reason why y'all not married is because y'all not good people when we can't even really accurately measure that because we're already being told don't do it.
Yeah, but because people are still doing it regardless, right? So niggas still getting married every day. So even though we're telling men that it's a bad deal, men are saying fuck that, foregoing that, and men are still getting married, right? What we're saying once we niche it down, or once we get down to our experience, the black experience, now we have to consider those stats because what are the outcomes? The outcomes is most of these women are having kids with ain't shit niggas. Most of these women are bad mothers. Well, I don't say most of them. A significant part of these women are bad mothers. Now, to Sherelle's point, the lady never said all, right? We never say all, but anytime anything negative or critical is said about black women, it's seen as all, even if you have the evidence to prove it. Cheeky, do you think it's fitting for a child to be out motherfucking in public in Pampers or in motherfucking no shoes on, naked outside of their underwear, hitting on cops?
No, but the thing I wouldn't do.
Second question: do you think that's a result of bad parenting?
Yes, bad parenting, right. but that doesn't exclude the man. That's the part.
No, it does exclude the man. See, and that's where we. Well,
hold on.
It does exclude the man. If the man isn't there, it excludes the man. If the woman decides to open her legs up to a man that's not going to be there from the beginning, or a man that has poor character, or a man that's going to get her pregnant in poverty, she started that train. An ain't shit nigga go be an ain't shit nigga. It's not absolving him. It's just accepting him for exactly what the fuck he is. So my question is, how and why does it start at the man and stay on the man?
Well,
we're not just saying it stays on him. We're saying that he's cool.
Let me go. I think the conclusions, right, especially given yesterday's show, and now we're using anecdotals to still man the point, I think is contradictory to what we discussed yesterday. Right. So when 70% divorce rate, that means the marriage failed. Right. The marriage failed. Whomever's in that marriage is a failure. So we're allocating a 70% divorce rate for our people that look like us. And we're saying that the woman's bad. No, the marriage failed. Right. That's the one thing that you can conclude. Right. Another thing that these divorce lawyers don't tell you is that there are overwhelmingly guidelines in place that make these decisions for them, right? There are guidelines that are scripted that they go by. They let you go to mediation first to speak to somebody, to have somebody sitting there who is not a lawyer so you can discuss. If you're unable to discuss, the court will make a decision for you guys based on the guidelines in that state. Same thing with child support and all that, right? There are guidelines in place, but these lawyers don't let a motherfucker know that. So you keep paying them so they can put your numbers into a guideline that's already set forth and charge you for it when you was going to get that same outcome anyway. And so we are making determinations just based on these numbers, right? And I asked this to one of the manosphere, the black manosphere creators. I said, black men, based on the numbers, have the highest divorce rates with women of any race. And it was like, kind of like talked around. I think you may have been there, Mr. Fantastic. Why don't we consider that?
It's the same for black women. Somebody just sent me the stats, and black women are higher than ours.
So
hold on, no. So hold on, wait. If we gonna do that, if we gonna bring up the numbers,
do what?
Now we have to consider the other side of the numbers, and it proves my point.
Do what? What are we doing? We saying we're making
women
an
have higher divorce rates interracially even than what we do.
Okay,
and the highest divorce rate overall.
The number from the last study, right? That is old, from 2012, with black women and white men, right? It's old as hell, right? That study.
I got somebody just sent me the updated one.
Did the update flip it?
Yes, by a lot.
Okay, so that 2012 study is no longer true.
No, and I'm pretty sure Medium Man covered the same thing
too.
Huh?
That's the precedent we set on this last Tuesday show. Fact check them. We ain't accepting shit nobody sent you.
Yeah,
make sure it's real.
Fact check. This is from fucking what's the name? Black women in interracial marriages by the age of 50, 27% divorce rate. Black newlyweds in interracial marriages, 23%. Black women overall, all marriages, 40 to 47%. Not broken out of interracially specifically. Okay, that's all divorce rates.
What's the numbers for black men?
Hold up.
Are we listening?
Black men go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead. It goes back to the point.
Share your screen.
It goes back to the point that HAMP though.
It's on my phone. I got it on a computer. I got it.
I'll pull it up.
That's why you gotta get a MacBook, bro. Because in a MacBook, your phone talks to your computer.
But HAMP, it goes back to your point, like what you were saying earlier. We keep doing this identity politics where it's like, hey, what are we trying to accomplish here? Interracially, if black men are at the bottom of the list and then interracially black women are at the bottom of the list, even if there is a percentage difference that you think is worth talking about, it still points to some issue, right? To where even outside of us, there's an issue, which is what HAMP is trying to address. Like, this is the point of the show. So I get why HAMP is like, okay, what are we talking about? Because it makes sense. What we're talking about right now is who's worse. And Sherelle has made the point. We seem to be both at the bottom of the barrel. So,
because again, like I said, it's the tie-in, Cheeky, is what I'm saying. And the thing is, we always want to bring black men to the table or to the carpet. And what I'm saying is, okay, cool, fine, it's whatever. We've been doing this shit for 40 years. You've been telling niggas, HAMP just told niggas they ain't shit, they broke, they locked up too much and all this other shit. We done heard this shit for 40 years too.
I didn't tell them that.
No, you literally just said it in this
broadcast, brother. You and I went over those numbers together.
No, I got you, but you said it today.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
Yeah, you said it today, right? We're constantly reminded of that. I never push back against that. Ain't, can't, don't, won't. No matter how good a nigga doing, he can always be doing better. My point is, just like HAMP keeps saying in this fucking broadcast, we keep talking about the same shit. Are we gonna keep talking about the same shit? How niggas ain't, niggas can't, niggas don't, niggas won't. What is that guy?
That's not the point. Your point is,
hold on, Sherelle. Hold on. No
matter what goes on.
No, Sherelle, what I'm telling you is we've never even said it up until like the last 5 fucking years for it to get changed. If you constantly tell one side, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem, you're the problem. All right? Get better, nigga. Do better, nigga. Right? And niggas actually do better. It's trackable. You can see this shit. You can see it. The fucking pay gap between black men and black women is widening. Oh, that ain't shit. $2,000 ain't shit. $3,000 ain't shit. $4,000 ain't shit. What it's got to get to?
Yeah.
Right?
We're having less kids out of wedlock. We're not being
stop.
We're getting more educated. We're improving as well.
Hold on, man. The arguments is trash today, man. I just gotta be honest. Like, Mr. Fantastic, we can make sense of it. They lost their jobs under how many quarters is it?
No, HAMP, that was happening before last year. This is a yearly thing. They just lost it.
You and I
started in 2024.
It was me, you, and Beans looked the numbers up. right? And then when we looked at them from yearly to quarterly, there were stark differences. So now we have to ask, when we're looking at the $3,000 difference, what is that quarterly? Is that for the year? What is it? And now what'll happen?
Yearly.
Okay. And now what'll happen is, now that 500,000 black men lost their jobs, what's the gap now? It's so close that it literally fluctuates to where it's a little bit and it's a little bit more, right? Because it is so comparable. That's why when we try to leverage, I make $3,000 more, nowhere in the earth is people saying that's a lot of money. No, it's not great. It's not great. And then when we compare ourselves to other men, that's where you have to judge yourself. That's where I believe, and I'm saying believe because believe can be poked holes in. That's why I'm using the word believe. Is where you would compare and judge yourself.
Yeah, and what I'm saying, Hamp, is again, it's still not enough. Pedro and motherfucking Tonto, enough. Pedro and Tonto. So this is why it don't make sense. If it's good enough for fucking Pedro to the point of where Hispanic households earn more than black households, it is good enough. It's fucking good enough.
Why are we talking
point blank period? Just by the numbers.
Why are we talking about Pedro?
Because Hamp, they make less than us and they have more marriages. They have better families.
Mr. Fantastic, let's talk about John Wong. I don't understand why I want to talk about Pedro.
Because you can't just make the comparison to the tip top, Hamp. That's you're not giving us a fair fucking shake within the fucking thing.
What you mean?
This is what I'm saying. The black woman say, for one, nobody even know outside of me, you, and probably two other niggas that John Wong should be the standard, right? Most niggas don't even know that. But even if we make him the standard,
who don't know what? Sorry,
that John Wong is the standard. The Asian man is the standard, not the white man. Black women ain't even comparing us to the motherfucking Asian man. Hamp. Black women still talking about white men. So even with that being said, my fucking thing that kills all that bullshit is the men that are clearly making less than us are almost twice as successful in marriage and family than what we are, Hamp. So it can't just be the money. You can't tell me that black women are who earn more than fucking Hispanics. Black men and black women earn more than Hispanics. If the Hispanics can find a way to make the shit work, why the fuck can't we? You can't always look at the fucking tip top and say, oh, why? And this is what constantly happens. Why aren't you like them? Okay, well, you're right. We getting there. But you know what will help me get like them, Hamp? If she got on the fucking black man's program and helped them fucking build versus telling him, nigga, you ain't there, you ain't there, you ain't there, you ain't there, you ain't there. That's why we fucked up.
Okay. So it's the same thing. Okay. So the women are holding us back.
On all sides. On all sides. Hell, when you do better as a single fucking man, oh, nigga, it ain't enough. You ain't making enough money. 100K ain't no money. Niggas still say this stupid shit, Hamp. In 99% places, in 99% of the fucking country, $100,000 is great fucking money.
Yeah, it is. Who the fuck?
But niggas the only one talking about that it ain't. You broke. Niggas is saying not only if you make 100, and we talking individually.
So
niggas are the only dumb motherfuckers that come out here and say, oh man, $100,000 ain't no fucking money. This is I'm talking about individually.
Let me ask you a question. If my mindset is fucked up, y'all correct me. When I was playing college sports or whatever the case is, I never was like, damn, I gotta make as much tackles as the niggas that make less tackles than me. I never ever compare myself. I'm saying, who's the top fucking linebacker in the state? And if it ain't me, what camp is that nigga at so I can show him who better? You going to Pennsylvania? I'm going to Pennsylvania. You going to Joe Namath camp? I'm going to Joe Namath camp. Because there's no way you got these offers and I don't, because you're not fucking better than me. But the only way I can prove it is if I compete against you directly. And maybe my mindset, maybe that's a fucked up mindset, right? Because it ignores what is reality. But I'm figuring I'm gonna go compete with him. I'm always going first in the drills. So I'm bugging. I might be bugging.
No, you're not bugging. But then, Hamp, you told us your story yourself, and you said because of fucking anatomical fucking limitations, you had to have a pivot. Did you not?
Pivot what? Oh,
as far
a realization
as positioning and shit. Not position.
Oh yeah. I had to change position.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Hamp. So as good as you fucking are and as dominant as you fucking are, there's gonna be a point as to where nigga, hey man, everybody can't be a billionaire. Everybody can't be Jordan. Everybody can't be Ray Lewis, Hamp, is what I'm saying. Y'all telling niggas be Ray Lewis, nigga. It's just not there. We not giving ourselves a fucking shot. And whenever you step up and you conquer some shit, oh, that ain't nothing. Niggas is always dismissed, bro.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Why can't we be Ray Lewis?
Because we can't be Ray Lewis now because we don't fuck with each other. We don't have an understanding of fucking economics. We don't have a understanding of motherfucking of politics. We don't have an understanding of business, even within economics. It's totally most are business and economics the same thing?
Mm-hmm. Wait, say it again. Sorry.
Are business and economics the same thing?
No.
Thank you. Most niggas think it is, Hamp.
Niggas think
the most important shit that you need within this system, within the capitalist society of all capitalist society. You ain't even giving us that credit, Hamp. What is there a better capitalist society than fucking America?
No.
We're already competing. So we may not be motherfucking Ray Lewis, nigga, but we already in the league. And you're not even giving us credit for that, bro.
So
you're not even giving us credit for that.
Well, because I don't want to hear the like when we comparing ourselves to people who are kind of lower than us, that just doesn't resonate, right? It don't really make sense to me.
Quick interjection though, Hamp. You can't say they're lower than us when overall they end up better.
Okay, so they're not lower
Maria
than us.
is willing, but because they start out, because Maria and motherfucking Pedro make less money than us, right? Mm-hmm. And their earnings is shit, right? Mm-hmm. Alone, yeah, it's shit. But then they get together and then they motherfucking grow a family and now they create generational fucking wealth because they can buy homes and shit, Hamp.
Okay. I noticed, right, in the chat, right? There's people, right, when I was their age, I was doing so much more shit than them to be successful, right? Like it wasn't even funny, you know? And here's my concern, Mr. Fantastic, right? This is a slightly adjacent. This is more of a feelings thing I'm about to say. When you make room for motherfuckers to be okay mediocre, that's where they end up and that's where they stay and that's where they comfortable at and that's where they get stagnant.
And Hamp, you're 1,000% right. But at the same time, Hamp, most people aren't self-starters and most people, unfortunately, grown motherfuckers, I'm with you, need motivation. They need encouragement. They need, it's way easy. Hamp, how many motherfuckers you done seen get crushed in practice and a coach came down on one time and that was it? Done.
That was it.
They don't got the dog. Most people don't have dog in them, Hamp. And I'm not saying this to disparage black men. I'm not saying this to make excuses. What I'm saying is a lot of niggas get out here, bro, and actually try and do everything they can do just for a motherfucker to tell them, nigga, you ain't shit. But what the fuck if I done did this and like you said, especially if you came from the dirt, Hamp, especially if you didn't get into the street shit, especially if you didn't do the wrong things and you walked the right path, right?
Okay.
You a motherfucking electrician, you a plumber, you a good 9-to-5 blue collar guy, you working hard, you a law abiding citizen. Just for a bitch to tell you, nigga, you broke.
Okay. So let me simplify, right? I'm being too hard on them.
Bro, it's not a being too hard, Hamp. Listen, I understand to do better.
Let me reverse it though. So am I expecting too much from them?
Hamp, it's unrealistic for all of the things that y'all argue on the other side. You was going away when I said this part.
Yeah.
But it's unrealistic to tell the black man that what y'all say, the majority of black people say, oh man, the system's racist, they're against us, nepotism, and they look out for each other, and this, that, and other, and nobody's on your side. And that's not just a white man. That's a white man, that's an Asian man, that's an Indian man. All the people that are more successful than you, not looking out to help you, Hamp.
Okay.
And if we not together and we don't have the knowledge base and we're not willing to come together and do it, how can you do it?
So Mr. Fantastic, right? And Cheek, Mont, Sherelle, I apologize. Right.
No, you're good. I'm listening.
How do we do that Right, and this might be unfair, but I have to ask you, when we say fuck them kids, how do we put our neck out without getting our neck chopped off? Like, where is the, this is like a gay word, so I apologize, balance.
I said this last night, Hamp. I'm sorry, Hamp. Those bloodlines gotta die off, bro. They gotta go.
Damn, man.
Brother.
Not
bloodlines dying off.
They gotta go.
So Hamp, it's kind of funny enough. It goes back to when we was in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You remember what happened when we was in Las Vegas? You remember the context of the conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why, as long as we have the understanding or the belief that we gotta leave people behind, people gonna always be left behind. We're just gonna be stuck. And we're gonna always have those examples to look at and be like, see, but we already know it don't take anything for them to say see anyway. So it's this repetitive. It's this repetitive thing, and this conversation is going to get circular because at the end of the day, what it's going to require is either some level of sacrifice that most people aren't willing to make because logically it doesn't make sense to do it.
Okay, so
right?
So Cheek,
yeah, go
let me
ahead.
ask you a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna just ask y'all, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, is everybody up here in the level of like top earners? I'm not saying like $1 million, 5 or 10%, but I'm saying if the average is what, 49 for men, 49 for black people.
I think it's higher than that. It's higher than 49.
Black and white. I'm
It's
sorry, women and men.
49.
Yeah. Okay.
49, fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So is everybody up here over that? Maybe 67, let's say 75. 70, 75. You up around there or above that?
Yes.
I wish.
Okay. So when we do identity
Brokey forever.
So when we do identity politics, right? Because skin is not the only thing, right?
It's not the only qualifier.
Mr. Fantastic will say niggas and black people, right? And I think Chris Rock said it, right? Am I bugging? Yeah, Chris Rock said it.
No, you're right.
So how do we start to identify who do we need to align with? Is money? Mont brought up religion. Living situation. Do you got kids? Is it married people? Like, what is the identity thing metrics that we need to create? What is the cohort that we need to invest in and be a part of? And then who do we need to ostracize so that black people don't have these negative sentiments and propaganda about us? How does this work?
Character. It's got to be character.
How do you identify? Like, because you can't talk to everybody one-to-one, right, Mont?
Exactly.
But I know most now. Mr. Fantastic edified me on this. Most millionaires are self-made, right, Mr. Fantastic?
Yeah, most millionaires are self-made, bro.
So I'm thinking, Mont, does the money reveal other character traits that are positive?
It can and it can at the same time.
Mont, you better give me an answer. Can and can't is disgusting. That's like me saying balanced.
How about this? I would lead towards it. Yes, I would lean towards yes. Okay. Of course, it needs to be, mined out. It's more to it, but I would lean towards yes.
Okay, because you're seeing them like hard work, dedication, especially entrepreneurially. So, what do we do with the money? What do we do? Mom, I'm asking you directly. What do we do with the money? You heard? Like he making money, he ain't. The nigga who in the ain't side, how do I look at him?
Yeah. When you say what do we do with the money, I think we invest in our family, we invest in our children.
Sorry. I meant the money metric. So we're saying identity politics. How do we identify the people that's worth working with, helping, changing, making community with, right? So now what we're discussing right now is money. The money metric. Yeah. How do we look at people that do and don't have it? And they're black already. Black is already just right there.
Yeah.
Well, is he answering?
I think he is, but mine take a lot of pregnant pauses, Mr. Fantastic, so I apologize.
No.
Yeah.
So give me the question for me. Give me the question for me.
No. Come on.
So are you saying how do we identify people with money?
No.
So all right, so let's do this. Let's do this. Let one of the brothers or Relly go first, and then you go right after.
Got you.
Fantastic. Are we gonna answer Hamp's question?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the person that has the money.
Real quick. Hey, Thad, you just got to get on camera. Go ahead. What, Ms. Vincent? My bad.
Yeah. So again, man, the money does not make you morally or better characterized, but it clearly shows traits that's needed to be successful in the society that we live in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to take the person for what they're good at, right? Yes. I think we do a very, very poor job of I don't necessarily want to say submitting to, but I'll just say acknowledging, right? Acknowledging people in their strengths. And what you get a lot of the times, like I said, even the man that's making 100,000 or the woman that's making 100,000, that's above the median income of the country, Hemp.
Yes.
Median income of the country is like 83,000. I just checked it.
Mm-hmm.
So if the median income of the fucking country is that, you can't tell me there's not no money, right? On an individual basis.
Okay.
So understanding the importance of that person and again, not praising that person or meat riding, no shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, that person clearly has something that you need for a foundation of success, right? And moving forward from there versus being so fucking dismissive into where it's always, oh, nigga, you ain't this. Oh, nigga, you think you somebody. We just have this real fucked up attitude with each other, bro. You feel me?
Well, yeah, I feel you, but I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to keep it a little bit more concise because intentionally, Sherelle and I introduced a bunch of different topics about identity earlier. So maybe now we need to drill it down. Before we go on, Dad was popping. I want to make sure that you had the opportunity to get in on this and also comment on anything you've heard previously.
Hey, good afternoon to the panel. Can you hear me, Ham?
Yes, sir.
No, I thought that was a hell of a question you just asked about, how we, get on one accord as far as identity politics and how we distinguish amongst, who's successful. Is it the money? Is it the character? But I think we have to start with a standard of accountability and morals.
Okay.
If we can start there, I mean, for me, I'm from Mississippi, currently living in Birmingham, Alabama, and I've achieved a level of success myself.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always, been, I guess, kind of straight-laced, law-abiding, that kind of thing. So even in those dire straits that I was in, in the 80s and 90s, and staying on that path, if we can, stay focused on those individuals and who are in that spot, if we have a set of morals for our people, then we can, separate ourselves, I guess. But I do agree with Sherelle, fantastic, about, some people can't make it. Some people do need to be left behind. We do have degenerates, and I do think there needs to be a distancing from that. But how do we distinguish from? It can't be just about the money, because I think somebody coming from where I came from, they can achieve a level of success. But whether it's at the minority or majority, but still you have to give people a fair shake.
Okay.
But hold them accountable to a set of principles.
Couple questions. You said some people. You think most people aren't? You think most people aren't gonna make it?
I think the system is designed that most people don't level up from their level of class. I mean, we can see as far as leveling up, as far as monetarily from where their parents achieve, whatever level of success they achieve, most of their offspring don't level up from there. So so that's the general statistic on that. So as far as upward mobility.
Okay. So I wanna focus on the money thing, but I wanted to ask you a question. It may derail my objective, but it's okay. Right?
You want me to keep track of it?
No, I'm saying me asking this question may derail the money thing.
What I'm saying is,
yeah. If we go too far, yeah. So I wanted to ask that, right? When you say morality, right? Do you think we have to be 80% aligned, 90% aligned, 100% aligned? As a small example, right? We don't eat pork no matter what. Even if you have to die for not eating pork, we don't eat that shit, right? If I'm starving, we not eating that shit. Our Muslim brothers, if they don't have nothing else, they can eat pork.
Yeah.
Right? So how much do we have to be aligned to be successful? You see what I'm asking?
At least 70-80%, I believe. At least.
Okay.
But but I think that's our problem today. We don't hold each other. We have no accountability. Everybody can do anything, whatever they want, live your best life. We're not on one accord, as Fantastic and even Sherelle said in the past. We're not on one accord. So, we don't have anything or a system in place of checks and balances. So
okay. But you're saying 70, 80. Give me one. What you think that?
80%.
Oh, Dad, sorry. How do you?
I'm 41.
41?
Yep.
All right, cool. So we could call you Dad. I thought you was a mister for a second. All right. I don't got no grades. You and Mr. Fantastic grade up in shots, so you know how.
Early grade, man.
Go ahead, Mom.
Man, probably stressed me out. So
no doubt. Go ahead, Mom.
No, I was about to say that I think where we align on that 70-80%, I think is important. Like, I think that there should be some core metrics that those are where we align on, and then you have the other things. It's like, all right, these are like, much smaller, and in terms of like alignment, like in a relationship, if you're about trying to find a woman to marry, there are a lot of large foundational things you want to align on, and then you'll find that you have small differences that you might compromise on and stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think I understand that. Yeah, and I tend to agree, right? I think people will allow ideologies to just disjoint them totally. Where if it's about 80% alignment and the things that you disagree on aren't egregious, I think that you can be successful. I think that's a great combo. But I do want to go through these metrics. What time is it? 2:04. Damn. Okay. All right. So Cheeky, right? We're talking about the money, right? Mont, did you get clarity on how Mr. Fantastic answered?
Kind of.
Yeah, he started getting a little preachy. I agree. So yeah, let me.
Yeah, I mean, you can reframe it like, yeah. I guess the question, Mont, is who do we look to for guidance more so, the rich man or the poor man when it comes to character?
At this point, I think it's safer to look toward the rich man, but not like the billionaires and all that, but like if you see a man in your community who happens to be having success, I think that it makes much more sense to look towards him. And I know the traditional idea that like of that poor man with such high character, but I think those men aren't really here like they used to be. I think they've been, they're no longer there. But I know that idea of that we grew up with, like, there's a man who he goes to work every day. He works at a factory. He comes home. He doesn't have much, but they have each other. He have family. I don't think most of the poor men these days reflect that image. Okay. If that makes sense.
That's a great. Hold on, stay right there, Cheek. Let me read these because the super chat just came through. Yeah, that kind of how you say supports his last point. Who's this? My bad. Okay. No 413 was popping with the $2 says it's that frenetic energy they crave for real. Jay Miller in the building with the $10 says I think queens should get comfortable with the idea of sharing or being single indefinitely. Don't complain about how bad we are, then expect a few acceptable men to be monogamous. Supply and demand. Old dude with the $10 says disciplined men are considered boring by women. Black salute my G. Appreciate you, Ock. See, Rob with the $10 says, the problem is most married people aren't on the internet. They're busy working, living, take care of their families. I don't think that's true. I think that people watch the internet, right? Like when you at work in your car, people listen to podcasts, right? That's internet shit, right? Maybe he's saying like on panels. Okay, that's most people, yeah. But most people definitely watch YouTube. We joke about YouTube University for a reason, right? Aaron with the $2 says, problem is no one is marrying their first baby mom or baby father. Okay. Aaron with the $2 says, truth is black women want us to answer for the 400 plus years. Black with the $5 says, if you don't think you are competing, you are already lost. Yep. Aaron with the $2 says, other races online begging us to fix this. What are you saying? World? FUTB. I don't know what that means. BZ with the $5 says, is the Jewish community considered a religious community? I think so, right? I think they are.
It's ethnic. It's not religious. It's ethnic.
Okay.
Yeah, but the religion is a big part of it. It's based within it. So Jewish is not from Israel. Their whole thing of Jewish is based on religious ideology.
Oh, okay? The word Jew, the word Jew itself, not Israeli. Okay. But if people say you Jewish, they use that hand in hand with the ethnic. Yeah, for sure.
CJ with the $2 says, I would say ideology is how we should identify. BZ with the $10 says, the problem is we move like individuals. We say community, but cut the throat of the same man we call brother. We don't love us. We say we do. Caesar was popping with the $10 says, HAMP. Payne never made more than $45,000 for a lifetime, but has a successful 30-plus year marriage with 2 kids who are also successful. It seems like 2 people working for a common goal under his leadership. Okay. So we understand that we can relate good traits to people who work hard to amass a level of wealth, right? But it seems like, let's talk about the ideology thing then, right? I think I got you. Go ahead.
You asked me to keep track of the point Martin made.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe we speed past the money a bit, or do you think we need to stay there?
Okay. No, I don't think so. I think we there's a consensus.
Okay. So ideology then. Let's go to ideology in terms of identity politics. Remember, that's the context, right? So maybe Thad and I kind of just went over that a little bit, but do you ignore your people that have a different ideology? Or does it have to be stark difference? Like, I wonder, do Mr. Fantastic and I have totally different ideologies? Maybe not.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Okay.
It depends on what it is.
Right. I think if it depends, then that probably means like no. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
okay, so I got you. I get what you're saying. So no, yeah.
So, but now if you took Tarus and Mr. Fantastic, like they are diametrically opposed, right?
Yeah, that's not even.
Maybe that's a better. Can they still be prosperous together in the community, or do they need to separate themselves because they don't identify with the same things?
You know what's a big deal for me? Like, if I think about you and then I think about if I want my kids to play with your kids, like that's big for me.
Okay.
Like when you bring up Tarus, like I don't know if I want my kids to play with his kids. Like, so I don't know, I don't know what he like if they kind of like match his like, I know because he's a very emotional person, very passionate, and I'm like, okay, because I teach my kids the opposite. I teach my kids calm down, communicate how you feel, talk to your sister, express that she just hit you and you didn't like that. Don't hit me, like lower your voice, all that that's the type of stuff I teach in my household, right? Okay. So I'm thinking like, are these other traits like the communication style, the poor communication style, are your kids learning that? And will that be rubbed off on my kids with like stuff like that? So
okay. Yeah.
I
saw him earlier. That's why I used them.
Before you move on, Mont, let me I'm trying to. So you're saying because of how Tarus acts, or okay, I think I get what you're saying. All right.
Yeah, just real quick. So Mont brings up a very, very important point, and this is how we get a lot of this bleed over, right? One bad apple spoils a bunch. So if you teach your kids the right way and all the time, right? Once they get out into the world and they're around all these other kids that are on totally different type of time, I believe Mont is correct. That's how a lot of these things. Now you have to teach your kids or unteach your kids things that you never taught them, because now, and I'm not saying it's about shout out to Tyrese. I'm not saying this by any means, but you know, Tyrese has a very liberal and progressive mindset, right? Tyrese has openly stated his viewpoints on, you know, certain lifestyles and so on and so forth. Now, I don't agree with mine to go that far. You know what I'm saying? To say I would want his kids playing with my kids.
I said I don't know. I ain't say I ain't coming with a determination.
Well, yeah, okay, cool. My bad. So I don't want to misquote him. But that is something that, because like a kid that's raised into, you know, in alternative lifestyles or whatever, yeah, nah, man, I don't really want my kids, because that child has an ideology that's perverted that can never be changed. And I don't want to be, you know what I'm saying? I don't want my kids ruining that kid for that family and vice versa. So I think what happens is the fact of the matter that you can't say, I don't have an issue or problem from a religious standpoint for the most part. Like you said, you got Muslim brothers, you got Hebrew Israelites, Christians, whatever, right? Conscious, all this stuff for the most part. And I don't think it really gets that deep. But I think what the biggest thing comes, especially for us, is more so the most polarizing thing for black people is political leaning. You know what I'm saying? If you a douchebag conservative, if you're a conservative, you automatically a douchebag to niggas. If you're a Republican, you automatically a coon. You see what I'm saying?
But that leans back to the ideology. You can't separate politics from ideology. You can't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I'm niching it down, or I'm laser point focusing on yeah.
Focus.
I think there's way more leeway for even diametrically opposed religious beliefs than there are political within the black community, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I feel like you have to respect people's differences, and if they're so different that you can't respect it, then there won't be any collaboration, right? Everybody has to collaborate. This is America. When you go to work, your children go to school with white kids, Asian kids. Them kids is Buddhist, Muslim, spirit. You're not going to stop it, right? You can't. So all you can do is teach them how to be strong within themselves and how to respect other people's differences, but still be able to be strong within their own belief system. Because that's just where we are, right? And Abrahamic religions can be collaborative with each other because they're under Abrahamic things. But anybody in Abrahamic religions do not respect any other religions outside of the Abrahamic religions. For the most part. So you can best believe that no, y'all are not going to be collaborating with other people.
Yeah, I mean, Sherelle, I always say that, right? You do well in the earth, right? You be cordial, kind, you operate, you function, but I don't commune with everybody. So I guess we're talking about the communal aspect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The politics
but I
thing
think
is interesting. Go ahead, my bad.
I'm about to say, I do think at the end of the day, Fantastic and Tyrese wouldn't work. Because what Sherelle just described is liberal ideology, which is allow people to be and allow them to, you know, express themselves, while conservative ideology is not that way. So I think it would have to be, it would be ideology, and then your ideology informs your politics. So the way that Tyrese thinks is very accepting, or very like, oh, yeah, like, bro, whatever, that shit don't bother me. It ain't me. That's kind of my stance on it, which is it ain't me, and I can't control everything around me, so that doesn't bother me. Right?
You know,
I don't think gay shit work like that. If you gay, that ain't got shit to do with me. I will never be gay. I don't care what it is.
But see, and I'm glad you kind of said it, Cheeky. That's maybe one of the biggest issues and problems in the black community is always allowing that, because they always they end up making their issues more important and on equal level as the black issue. So to be honest with you, again, you know, hey, do what you want, whatever. But that ideology, it's not gonna work.
What ideology?
Alternative lifestyle, alternative lifestyle shit. Whenever they get involved, like they always make it about them on some what about us shit, and it's only done, I say en masse, and at the level in the black community, to where they're able to put pressure on us to put their needs for that niche on the same level as the whole race of people. So I would have a problem with that.
I don't know if that's the case for majority of them in the situation, of my understanding, from family members to actually just being around and being known. They don't. I ain't gonna lie. Most gay people don't be caring about that shit. It's only a small amount of online people that'll do that.
But I'm saying even from the BLM standpoint, right? It was to and I know BLM does not, but that's what I'm saying. Anytime there's been any type of political thing, we're talking about on the level, we're saying from a racial standpoint, right, Hamp?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from a racial standpoint, that can't be. That's not gonna work.
They're gonna put.
Yeah, I don't.
What group of people allows that?
Allow what for a subgroup?
Yes,
to
the subgroup to put themselves on the level as the whole. You can't do that.
Well, that's because you can't really separate the two. So if it's a black gay man, he gonna be black.
Yeah, I
first.
got you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the problem is it's always brought to the attention of what about the gay people? You feel me?
Oh, so you're saying just like completely ignore it, almost.
Not completely ignore, but they want to be acknowledged on the same level as
they just want to be
brought forward.
You're just saying they want to be acknowledged, and then the fact that they're homosexual. Then
no.
So just that's what I'm saying. You want that shit ignored. Yeah. I got you.
So you're saying out of there, bro.
You're saying that ideology won't fit in the communal construct.
No.
Well,
not for progress.
He explained it. Yeah, he's explaining why though. He explained the reason why it won't fit is because at some point,
that takes precedent.
If we had and at that point, I don't know if I don't know enough to disagree with him on that.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, they want it to be a major issue and us to fight for that. No, that's something that, like, again, and I'm not saying, hey, they don't deserve any rights or so on and so forth, or like, throw their ass in the, but what I'm saying is what historically has happened in the black community is whenever the rainbow people get involved, they're yelling louder and said, what about us? And that's not going to work. It's counterproductive.
Gotcha. Cheeky, you said something interesting that I don't know if I fully agree with. I think that the overall misconception about liberalism or liberal people is that they're accepting of others' choices and stuff like that. I don't find that to be true. Like
I wasn't talking about liberal people, by the way.
Because you mentioned Tarus, right?
Yeah, but Tarus has a liberal ideology. Well, so liberalism and conservatism are ideologies that fall into political leanings. But when you look this stuff up, it's not. I don't mean like Democrat or because there's racist there's racist Democrats or racist quote unquote people that are in the Democratic Party or fall under quote unquote liberal, but more so the ideology. Yeah,
because I was just thinking about Tarus, right? And I was just thinking about, is he accepting of other people? Is he like tolerant of other people who disagree with him? Or when I was like, oh, I don't find him to be that person. So that's all I heard. I thought about him, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if he's like tolerant of like other ideas and stuff like that. That's all.
I think most people are intolerant of ideas that they feel are very opposite, which is why I think Hamp's question is very valid, which is when do these agreements or disagreements start and stop the communal aspect of what we're trying to say or do or build or whatever the case.
I think the main thing needs to be, are you the type of person who can have a conversation? Like I can talk to anybody, no matter what your ideology, what you disagree with me on. I can have that conversation respectfully, and I won't call you a name, right? But then we have other people who cannot compose themselves enough to even have this conversation. And I think that should be one of the pillars that we stand on, is like the ability to have a conversation and exchange ideas.
Yeah, so, I also think that we have to have a realistic expectation of people who want to infringe on your human rights. So gay people are always going to be pro-gay people because straight people would infringe on their human rights. They don't necessarily feel like they should, like they have to fight to be married to each other. They're fighting to be accepted into the world because they're not that. So they're always going to walk around with that chip on their shoulder, right? And the community will set them on fire first. You don't ostracize YNs the way you ostracize gay. If you ask, would you rather your son be a YN or would you rather your son be gay?
Fantastic.
They would put a gun in that nigga hand and put him on the block.
See?
Damn right. The
So
fuck?
that's so they will hold their daughter out.
Yeah, but hold on,
She
hold
a
on.
hoe. Let her hoe.
Yeah, hold on,
They
hold
will
on,
put
hold
the
on.
daughter
But
on the corner
let's change.
and the son on. Hey, let me finish.
We ain't gonna set
They will
nobody
put-
on fire though. Hold on. We ain't gonna burn nobody at the stake now. We ain't doing that. But yeah, but this is what I'm saying, Sherelle. I think we ain't burning nobody at the stake now.
Nah, some niggas.
But this is what I'm saying though, Sherelle. I think I'm glad you
Y'all
said
did
that.
it before.
Right? The ain't no y'all.
We did.
Sodom and Gomorrah.
Listen,
That's y'all niggas. That's the you
but
falling.
nah. So I think that you gave more credence to what I was saying. Motherfucker, I didn't make you not be able to be married, motherfucker. I didn't know, I didn't care, right? That's some shit that had nothing to do with me. So you can't bring your own personal whatever into something that we're trying to galvanize for a whole entire race of people to get on track. That poor, and that goes to Mont's point of you don't have the realization of the importance of what we're trying to do here. You're not important. Your own personal grievances aren't important enough to stick in front of the whole race of people trying to finally get on track and move forward and progress and move up in the, economically, socially, politically, all the things that we need to do. So, and again, of course, that's not all people of alternative lifestyle. There's some people that are level-headed, do all those different things or whatever. Let me be clear. I got to say this. But what I'm saying, what has always creeped into the mix whenever we do this is someone or some group of people in that thing that always wants to be like, well, what about us? It's not about that. You do what you want to do. That's between you, the person you doing it with, and whoever we gonna see when this shit all over and done with. I really don't care. It's got nothing. Just don't try to bring it to me, and don't try to motherfucking force me to fucking agree with it. You feel me? The straight shit is a non-argument. This is what people always love to do, right? This is the regular way of doing things. There be no gay people without straight people, and I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Yeah, no, we get it. This the regular thing. What I'm telling you is you don't get to tell people their life don't matter. And then expect them to give a fuck about your life. And that's what we have an influx of. Y'all, we scream, we leaving people behind. And now you got millions of people who you felt like should be left behind. And it's millions of people who don't give a fuck about your image as black people. That's why I'm trying to tell you, you're not going to change them. You can't fix their image. You don't give a fuck about them, and they don't give a fuck about you right back. You don't give a fuck about gay people, they don't give a fuck about you right back. And yes, they will step over your fucking dead body for what they want in their life. And you know what you would do? Step over their dead body, and you stack their dead bodies.
And that's what majority.
But what I'm telling you is black people don't give a fuck. Because you stacked and stepped over their dead bodies to get to your heaven for fucking hundreds of years. Nobody give a fuck about how y'all feel, how people should walk, talk, and act.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
If that's the leftover misfitted people.
What's your argument though?
My argument is they shouldn't. We don't respect people's differences. We ostracize them and we feel like they shouldn't exist. But then somehow we think that we can get them in order. They don't give a fuck about us. That's why the separation is needed. Because you can't correct people you don't give a fuck about.
So I think it sounds like, to be honest, it sounds like Shirley's proving a point, Hamp. It just sounds like she's proving a point that there would have to be separation due to ideology and political leaning. Because they kind of that's all it sounds like.
That's what Mr. Fantastic
I think we can move forward.
I'm saying that it's justified to be so right. In your
I don't know why she's so damn dark where everybody gotta die. Goddamn.
Well, no,
I do think you the one that said that everybody deserved to get shot. Yes,
motherfuckers getting set on fire. Now motherfuckers stepping over dead bodies.
Either way it goes.
They killed us. What are you talking about?
Sherelle is justifying.
Country was built on us being killed. Yes. Sorry to break the news.
To move the conversation forward, Sherelle is justifying why there should be separation, but there's agreement. Yes. We can
go ahead, Dad.
Aren't we at this point right now where we have to respect everybody's differences? Like, how do we move forward from this? Are we trying to get on one accord? Are we trying to get some standards and morals together, uniformity? Are we trying to get there?
Yeah, but that's why we can't respect everybody's differences, right?
Exactly. Yeah,
right. That's where that's where we'll always break off, Hamp. Right. Like for those who are saying we don't have to, they're going to always disagree with people that say, I think we should. So that's another. So if we kind of have to break this down, I'm trying to put it in points. Differences in ideology / politics are going to come because there's just a fundamental difference. Differences in separation, like whether or not black men should be able to separate their reputation from black women, that'll cause a rift. I think that's two, and I think it was one more you had talked about earlier. HAMP. Marriage would also be, I think, the 3 points. Those would be rifts, in the communal aspect that we're trying to discuss right now.
Those are huge. Those are huge. It's like a canyon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
well, no, I
keep
think
asking us how do we get together.
I'm just but I think it was said. I forgot who somebody said it earlier though. Again, man, a lot of Thad said it. Shout out to Thad, bro. HAMP. A lot of people gonna be left behind, bro. I'm sorry. I think that's the hardest thing for us to understand and realize. And that's not trying to put any group. Listen, I'm pretty sure, bro, that there are people of alternative lifestyle that understand, hey, whatever I got going on is what I got going on, and I'm willing to keep my personal grievances to myself for the sake of something way bigger than me. Sure, just like it's gonna be some Republicans that can work with Democrats, and some Democrats that can work with Republicans, conservative, progressive, all these different things, Muslim, Christian, Hebrew Israelite, whatever it may be, right? Agnostic, all that shit, right? What I'm saying though, and this was to Mont's point, most people don't have the ability to communicate and have difficult conversations. You see it here. Most motherfuckers, man, you say some shit they don't like, bro. They checked out. They're not even really keeping up with the convo. They, they mad, they whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
Mm-hmm.
That's the whole process of it. Listen, y'all love to act like I can't do it, bro. I give it to you.
He can, bro.
Come on, man. No. Let's have the conversation. I never once just go off, bro. I don't. The wonderful thing about it, all this shit is recorded. I give people chances. I got a whole lot better. I listen to the bullshit or whatever. I take a whole lot more shit than I give.
Yes.
But he's gotten better from the last year.
He's gotten better. But if we there, now we're here. And you have to deal with the demon that you have fucking summoned. Okay?
Okay, so wow. Fantastic. This is what I'm trying to get you to understand. You said there's a lot of people that's left behind. Yeah, and they're making the best out of what they was given. They knew everybody couldn't go before y'all started saying it. So they ain't try to go nowhere. If we know they got 10 slots and it's 100 of us, 90% of people saying, well, I'm not even gonna fucking try to go, makes sense to me.
So
we're not all gonna get out of here. Well, we probably should try to make the best of what the fuck we have.
No, but
that's
Sherelle,
what
I don't think
people in the ghetto are doing. They're making the best of what they have.
Yeah, but Sherelle, and again, even that though, and that's the ghetto is like the perfect example on both sides. I want to say, most people don't end up just as bad, Sherelle. You feel me? Most people that have, let's say, a crack addict mama and daddy and that's in jail and so on and so forth, most of those people don't end up the same way. A higher percentage of them do, but not 100%. You feel what I'm saying? So even in the worst of conditions, we're some of the best motherfucking overcomers of fucking tragedy and bad shit and whatnot, what have you, right? I think, though, what you said, what it does is it limits the vision and the understanding of a lot of people. Most motherfuckers don't understand that everybody can't come, right? They just feel like, hey, man, hook me up or look out for me or what, my nigga. I can't fit more than 10. Do you meet the criteria for me to give you a ride on this motherfucking way out this motherfucker? Not
but the irony, there's some irony behind that. Fantastic.
Go ahead, Cheeky, my bad.
Yeah. No, it's not that. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. All right. I agree with what you said. And I think, I think we're all in agreement everybody can't go. But in the same breath, and again, I'm only bringing this up because it's a statistical standpoint, gay people are outdoing us in all the categories, though.
Well, that's because it's too. Well, the women aren't for sure, and that's not no jab at black women at all. But
Hey, it's just you. We're trying to, but that's what I'm saying.
Men,
like, so how do we?
You got it's two men though, so that's why though, and you got to look at the
Okay, so it's more so
part
because of that.
Yeah, and I think they have a higher attendance of college too.
They do. They have
them go
everything.
to college. That's what I'm saying.
Everything.
So that's can't
money,
can't,
college, marriage. Like,
yeah,
what are they doing?
mean,
what are they doing?
But they doing the bending. So I don't. If you want to eliminate all of it,
yo, if you
sorry, I guess I don't know.
The crazy thing is when we use the stat, if you remove the gay men, what does the money look like?
Oof. It's still the money don't change that much, because they still don't. They're still not that.
Not
high.
enough for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Question: Are gay?
Yeah, because they less than 1%. Yeah. They'd be a dick. Yeah.
Mr. Fantastic, are gay men helping y'all marriage stats?
No,
they're not enough. It's not. Yeah, bro.
They don't count. They don't count They don't count same-sex marriages.
They don't count same-sex marriages in the marriage stats?
Nah.
I think they do.
I think they do, but it's just not enough to where I think
it's
nominal.
Yeah. Here's another thing.
That's the problem.
Here's another thing.
That would be
Sherelle ain't shit. Sherelle ain't shit, man.
That would be two. That would be two black men married. I'm just saying. That would be double.
Here's another thing about the ideology thing, right? Like Mont was laying out what sounds. He's used the terminology sounds crazy, right? But then there's several constructs that he's agreed with, like the one-to-one construct of monogamy, right? Here's what people got to understand. Even when they say, because I think when we're talking about ideology, even when they say they're not religious, they can't actually prove it with the things they subscribe to, because the concepts are religious. For sake of the conversation, the concepts come out of the Abrahamic text that we kind of live under. You know, even if you don't know the Bible or the Quran, a lot of the concepts are directly pulled from there, like the concept of marriage as an example. So a lot of your...
Let's separate that from Abrahamic text. I don't like when white people get to claim that shit. It's Christian. It ain't Abrahamic.
Christian.
I don't fuck with them.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with them. Heavy.
Touche. It's Christian, right? And it really is Christian. Because when you read the Surahs as an example, there are certain disciplines that you can leverage that you don't find in Christianity. So a lot of how we move and understand things is largely from a Christian concept.
Very much so.
You know,
not Abrahamic, but Christian.
Not Abrahamic, so. Christian. Yes, I'm stand corrected.
America,
yeah. Yes,
America. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, 100%, which is kind of interesting. And even like how, like if you read the actual text, there's nothing against men not having more than one wife, right? There's recommendations for men to have one wife based on their station.
Yeah.
You know?
But there's nothing to go against polygamy.
Yeah.
Or polygyny. Whichever one it is for the man to have multiple.
Polygyny, right? Yeah.
Maybe it will make sense for me to, I guess, refine my beliefs, because I'm not necessarily against men having, if you want to have a family with more than one woman and y'all on the same accord, I'm not against that either.
Yeah.
So I guess if we like went deeper, then maybe I just believe in family. So if you got two wives and that work for y'all,
Yeah, and you saying like the family is uberly important, and even that concept, like I think you learn through life, but also that's supported by Christianity, like obeying your father and mother, disrespect, and being within confines of a marriage. Though it does use the word marriage, Go ahead, Mr. Fantastic.
No, I was gonna say, and the whole village thing they're always talking about. Again, I just don't think I don't think the social structure is ever gonna allow for that here. I don't think enough. That's gonna take too much time for a whole generation of women.
What, polygyny?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. I was just talking to Mom about like just what the stuff says. Yeah, it wasn't like it was kind of a sidetrack. Dad, did you want to say something?
No, I was just thinking, me being agnostic myself, married to a Christian woman, growing up in the church. I grew up in the church as well. But,
yeah.
Your point, Hamp, you would have to say that the start of that, those principles of morality just started with religion, and they didn't precede that. I mean, is that your point? That those foundational principles?
Yeah, they come from the Most High. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Both good and bad, right? Evil comes from the Most High. All of it does.
Yeah, that's another thing most motherfuckers don't understand.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just talking about from the written books. I mean, we've been on this planet for, if you believe past the Bible dates, we've been here for a few million years. So, I mean, you don't think those concepts existed before written text?
Yeah, I think we just been here for like 6,000 years, right? Well, I know just based on biblical precedent. Right. Yeah.
All right.
So that's like a whole nother. That'd be like a whole nother like tinfoil.
The planet. I was saying the planet.
He's speaking on the. I know where he coming from.
Yeah, yes. I think I understand.
And Hamp's on the strictly biblical.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but yeah, that's kind of a different conversation.
I am married. I do believe in marriage and everything, so, but,
Yeah, 100%. And that, Cheat, let me just say this, right? We do some fun. I got to get out of here. But, Dad, that's interesting that Sherelle and I was saying earlier, right? Your wife's black, right?
Yes.
So, Mississippi, she don't got no choice but to be black.
I'm in Alabama, but yes,
same difference. You throw but this part right there, because Sherelle and I were saying, and we kind of got away from it because it's really his own show, that people who interracial date almost got to become secular or atheistic or agnostic because they got to pull themselves away from it because who is her God gonna be black because she with you? Right? That's a whole different concept show. But one thing you said that interests me though, you're agnostic and your wife's Christian. See, that works, right? And I'm being hyperbolic, but you understand what I'm saying? Because you pulled yourself away from religion and she can exist in hers because you're like, well, there's something up there, but I ain't tripping. Right? So it makes it functional. But like,
and I grew up in the church, so I don't ever,
Yeah, you don't frown. You ain't talking shit about it. You just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, none of that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. You just saying agnostic. It might be some shit up there. We'll see. You know what I mean? The kids, you and the kids go, and I don't. I get it. You know what I mean? Right?
I grew up. Yeah.
Yeah. Like so for me. So hold on, bro. You ain't about to say nothing good is what I'm saying. So
you never say nothing good, no neck.
Every so often, when Mr. Fantastic be beating the Snoop Dogg shit out of y'all, I always got to jump in. So,
Mr. Fantastic ain't beat nobody.
Shit. but that was just an interesting thing because you do hit a lot of speed bumps, right? So like my wife, she had to think about a lot of things differently, like religion or holidays, food and stuff, right? And it really is like a fucking dirt bike track,
Yeah.
Because people are kind of like solid in what they think they believe. You know what I'm saying? So now it's an interesting. I just appreciate you saying it because then it jogged my memory for we got to do that show. So, damn man, it's a good show, man. I think we got a lot more work to do on this shit though. Damn, we got a lot more to do, man. I gotta go today though. What you think, man? So okay, so the G is for gigolo. Okay, got it.
Brother.
G is for Georgia, nigga. Get it right. Don't play with me. Listen, man. Nah, man.
Yo,
great conversation today.
You dress like an N1 street boy. You dress like hot sauce right now.
No, nigga. It's actually Denzel from He Got Game. That's like this is the whole thing. It was like
with the hair. Okay.
Anyway. Great conversation, man. At the end of the day, again, man, bro, black men have come a long way. We can always do better, bro. But give us some damn credit, dog. Just some. That's all I'm saying, bro. Give us some credit, my nigga. It's a lot of brothers out here, man, that have never heard literally one encouraging word in their life, bro. All they never fucking heard was "ain't don't want." So, hey, man, see a black man today, man, and give him a motherfucking a head nod, a pound, or something. All right, tell a black man, hey, man, you're appreciating the day, bro. That's all I got.
Yeah. And I want to say this before y'all go. I accept that, right? And somebody told me this. There's a middle-aged white woman. She said, "What you think is most people's ceiling is what you think is mediocre." But that's not to admonish them, but rather recognize the station, like what they're doing their absolute best. And I think that it's okay to shake people's hands if you know they giving all they got. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that for sure. Dad, what you think, man?
A great conversation. I hate I joined late. I had some meetings earlier, but been a fan of you guys for a long time. Been watching you guys for a long time. But what inspired me to join was the marriage conversation. I do think we need more marriages. I do think we need more families, more black babies, and so that's where I am. I do think we need more accountability amongst each other and to get on some standards and morals for ourselves so we can come together. And yes, some people do have to be left behind. That's just the reality of it. I don't think our degenerates should be the face of our people. And so for that to come together, we have to get on one accord. So that's where I am.
Word. No, I like that thing. Hey, man, thanks for hitting the link too, man. I think your opinion definitely fit in today for sure. And I know by fan of you guys, you talking to me, but I see you wanted to include everybody else, so I appreciate it.
Perfect. Fantastic. You had a good live millionaire month, Sherelle.
What? All right, Dad. All right. Mute. I thought, God damn it.
It's Sherelle. Thank you. This ain't just your show.
I seen Dad in the chat. You was getting on his nerves.
Perfect.
But nah, salute, bro. Appreciate you,
See how you try to throw that cross?
You know what I mean? Cheek, what you think?
Yeah, man. To be honest, I don't really believe in the idea of black community anymore. I've realized like it's kind of over.
Christ.
You just have to find people that you align with, and more than likely it's gonna be a family. So I say build with your family. Like I'm very thankful for my mom, my dad, aunts and uncles, aunties, cousins, and I will build with them. But I've learned to stop thinking about black people in a communal way because there's nothing about us we align on. We just can't. There's too much stuff, and we're all complacent. So as long as we got enough money to buy what we want to buy, do what we want to do, can't tell niggas nothing.
Wow. Mom, what you think, man?
I don't disagree with Cheeky. I slightly disagree with Fantastic. Dad, I would love to have I would love to have a conversation about marriage and stuff like that too. More, but I don't disagree with Cheeky because I do think that the idea of community. Where I don't disagree with him is that the idea of community that we have right now is like far-fetched. But where I do disagree is I think that we can strive for that, and I think that we can still get that if we have conversations. I think that's the key to it. Learn how to talk, learn how to have conversations, learn how to. I'm one of them people. I can have a conversation, the same conversation 20 days in a row. If we didn't get nowhere yesterday,
yeah,
like we can have it again. Like we didn't finish yesterday, let's continue it. But most people be like, let's throw it away. Let's move forward. I don't agree with that.
Yeah.
What I disagree with Fantastic is I think more niggas need to be told work harder, and there's nothing wrong with that as a man to be told you can do better. Right. I don't like the participation trophy thing. I don't like when black women do it. I don't like when black women be like, oh, we're doing all of this and we're like, oh, we can work harder. It's rare. You will almost never hear from me that I tried my best. Cause I know if we really think about it, we didn't try our best. Well, most cases we could have did more. You know what? Yesterday, I can apologize to my kids because I could have been a better dad yesterday. Or you know what? I did this wrong or I did that wrong. A lot of times we don't do that. We can do better, and I think a lot of us need to hear that we can do better. I think a lot of us are under this, like when somebody's trying to push us to do better, we think we being criticized to a degree of like, oh man, you don't know how hard it is out here. Like, no, it's hard, but you get back to work, keep working. It's hard. It's gonna be hard. Keep working. It's that simple,
Yeah. No, 100%, man. Perfect. Yeah, I think. I tend to be under that guideline. Like it's only hard but fair. It's how I look at a lot of things. But I've just coaching the kids. There was one boy named Miles, didn't have the body, didn't have the physical strength, didn't have the athleticism. But the one thing he could do good, I made sure I praised him for that. And I also put him in position to be successful doing that one thing. I had 2 guys hurt and 1 guy got kicked out of the game. Miles had to do shit that he wasn't unable to do at a rate that I needed it. And so every time he did an okay job at it, I still showed him love. You see? Because I understood what his ceiling was. And I think that that's the key, right? There are people that are working really hard, but they only have so many gifts. Now, underachievers, lazy people, I don't think that's who Mr. Fantastic is talking about. But the guy who work on the back of that garbage truck, he doing his goddamn best. Ain't no telling what he could be doing. And I fully accept that. I think that this sentiment should be shared across the genders, especially when we make such a fuss about single mother-led homes, right? And here's why I'm saying this is because the majority of us come from that, right? And so if the majority of us come from that, where is the level of grace for people like us who have a better understanding? See, we ain't obtuse. We know a lot of shit from being on the internet and living life, right? And so how do we discuss those things? How do we correct, admonish, and then ostracize? You see, I think we have more of a responsibility to be accurate in our assessments before we make determinations because we know so much more. So I just want us to assess that if we can. Relly, what you think, man?
Another great show. Thank y'all for coming up here. I appreciate it. Super chats, like, subscribe, everything. What I can say is these situations aren't easy to escape. Be very proud of the people that have, but they are the exception. They are not the rule. Separate yourself so that you can grow. That's mandatory for Black people. But don't make yourself inaccessible. Your people need awareness. Be a part of outreach programs. If you're not the man, support it. Stop clowning Umar when you know Q Butter got a school. Support him. So at the end of the day, get your 10 acts of kindness in. That's what they say. Pat them on the back. Give them a cookie. Do whatever. Because love your people. Because a lot of them ain't going. But they still got to be here. So what you going to hate them for? For being born into some shit that they couldn't control? Other than that, everybody else, self-governing people, y'all are doing better. Black people are doing better, no matter what the media say. Niggas is breaking out of shit. Niggas is getting smarter. Niggas is getting more educated. Niggas is getting into more trades. We are doing better. A lot of it ain't awareness, so keep on building the awareness with your people. Introducing opportunities to them. And we gonna get there. Ain't gonna happen overnight. But that's what I have to say.
Eli, salute. It's a great show, Sherelle. Lunch/dinner on me.
Perfect. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Wow.
Give me the fuck.
Thank you. I love Eli.
Tonight show for the women's POV is Who Hurt You? It should be interesting, man. Salute to Mr. Fantastic, dressed like an N1 street baller. I ain't see. Yo, you got N1 shorts on, don't you? You on mute. All praises.
Don't play with me, man.
Nah, Mr. Fantastic. All right, keep it tall, bro. In Philly, you had N1 shorts on.
No, I don't wear N1 anything. I'm a tall nigga. Some of you may not never know nothing about. I wear tall shorts.
No,
but
they was past your knees. Jordan crazy though.
But Jordan is almost like N1 though. Jordan close to N1 though.
Stop it, man.
So no, so Jordan sneakers is Jordan sneakers, right? But when we talk about Jordan clothes,
I agree.
That's different.
Stop it, man. Jordan, man.
I agree, bro. Yo,
Nigga shoot over this still.
Yo, it's like Beverly Hills Polo Club in the association. Like, it's not the same, but nigga, it's the same, my nigga.
Man. Y'all have a good day, man. I'm gonna get out of here with this disrespect, man. Shout out to MJ. Now MJ fucking taking over fucking NASCAR and shit too. From basketball to motherfucking racing.
Yeah, he just gotta stop pulling that little white boy legs. That's all.
Come on, man. Stop it, man. Stop it. I'm out.
2K with the $10 says, I'll be down to have that convo with you married outside the race and we got different religions. Oh yeah, 2K, we definitely gotta do it for sure. Who's that? Ricardo with the $5 says, everyone can't go on the boat, but we want everyone to help build it. That's true.
I be saying, I'm not building on the boat so you can lock me out, bitch. I'll burn that boat down.
Tao with the $10 says, more of this great roundtable discussion. Stay calm. Aaron with the $2 says, the black sheep and black community now have an army. Salute to everybody, man. Thank you to my brother Eli for the 50 ball. We'll see y'all tonight. Most High willing for the women's POV. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Tell a friend. And we out. You see how happy trying to take my part, y'all? Every time.
Yeah. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. Salute the chat and to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.